Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? A little late to the party, but I'm here. I had to restart the live real quick just now. I messed up with the camera, but I am here. Let's wait for a few more people to come in. Going to be covering the Canelo fight tonight. And let's go. Got about 4 fights to go. Mike G, what's up, man? What's going on? What's good? What's good? Watching this Pacheco fight. Waiting for this Canelo Yildirim destruction that we're going to see later on tonight. At least the fight shouldn't be starting that late. We got 3 more fights to go after the current fight. We got after this fight that's currently on. This is an 8-rounder. And I'm expecting a knockout here. Then we have a heavyweight matchup, which I'm kind of expecting a knockout in that one too. And I think the fight after that might be a little slow, but 3 more fights basically. Shouldn't be that late. A lot of the pre-fights was on pretty early tonight. I think they started showing undercard fights like around 5. You know, which was almost 3 hours ago, depending on where you're at. The chances of an upset, highly unlikely tonight. I mean, we do get them. But if this was to happen, if this upset were to happen, I think this would be one of the biggest like upsets in a very, very long time. Yeah, I'm bummed about Martinez too, man. I'm really I was actually looking forward to the fight with McWilliams. It's a pretty solid fight. And I think that stinks, you know. So I don't know what's up with the guy McWilliams is fighting tonight. I don't know. I know, you know, it was a last minute thing. They told me I heard them say something about they flew the guy out like last night to take the fight. So I don't know, you know. I don't know what they're gonna do with that fight. No, unrivaled. I'm not gonna be surprised at all. I'm not that impressed with Zhang. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he were to lose the fight. When I said that it might be a knockout, it could be a knockout either way. So, you know, I'm not really sold on him yet, you know. Southpaw, what's up, man? What's going on? Tune, what's up? Yeah, so I think you know, not an amazing card here tonight, but you know, just to get a chance to get on and talk to you guys, because you know, it was a lot of stuff going on this week, and I have so many videos to catch up on, man. I'm really starting to think that I might have to start doing some audio videos, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to keep constantly putting out content, you know. Oh yeah, McWilliams is fighting for the interim. This fight now, I don't know. I mean, I can see it. It makes sense. I really wanted to see the Martinez fight because I like Martinez and I want to see him fight against like better guys. And McWilliams is very seasoned. He's been in there with a lot of guys. So that would have been a good fight, you know, a good little undercard scrap. I was watching some of the fight before this with the MMA fighter that got stopped. I mean, I think he went down like on the first punch. What's up, Devil? What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's happening, everybody? Everyone that's joining, hit the like button. Yeah. Oh, good shot. Pacheco caught him with a good shot right there. Pacheco's having a tough time in this fight. This guy is a pretty good boxer he's facing. This guy Gomez is not bad. He's giving him a good fight. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I need to follow. I know I need to make a video on Teofimo Lopez. I definitely need to talk about that. I'll probably talk about some of that tonight. Some other things leading up to the Canelo fight. I'm not really expecting too much from Canelo. Loke, what's up, man? Yeah, real tough fight for Canelo, man. This is definitely Canelo's one of his toughest challenges. You know what? Not for nothing, Yildirim is not a bad fighter at all. It's just that there's levels, and we already seen what he can do at the highest level. He did give Anthony Durrell a good fight. But we saw what happened with Chris Eubank Jr. And I know that was a few years back, and he's probably improved since then. But I mean, you got to take care of those mandatories, I guess. So it is what it is. It's not the worst fight. It's just that we have higher expectations for Canelo because he is who he is. You know, so when he fights a guy like Yildirim, it's bad. But if anybody else fights Yildirim, if Billy Joe Saunders fight Yildirim, if Callum Smith fights Yildirim, if Jamal Charlo fights Yildirim, if Daniel, you know, all the guys that's been names been floating around, Demetrius Andre fought Yildirim, it wouldn't be so bad. It's just that when Canelo fights guys like Yildirim, it's always like, yo, why is he fighting this guy? This guy's a bum, you know. That's how it always is. It's the double standards are real for Canelo. And no, I do not want to see this fight. I'm not caping for him. I am not a Canelo fanboy by any means. But consistently, I think he consistently fights the best people. Regardless of how I feel about the outcome of the fights, he consistently fights the best people. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't always fight who I want him to fight, but there's no fighter that I can think of that always fought the guys I wanted to see them fight. Floyd didn't do it. Manny Pacquiao didn't do it. Any fighter that I love, Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, any favorite fighter of mine, none of them ever fought the people that none of them always fought the people I wanted to see them face. You know, and nobody else is doing it in this sport. You know, it is what it is. It's just that he's always put on a higher standard because of who he is, his popularity, you know, his stardom and his purses, all of that. So people are gonna always complain. It is what it is. He's gonna fight Billy Joe Saunders next. People are gonna complain about that. You can't fight everybody that we all want to see them face. You know, it is what it is. Martinez has pulled out the last 3 of his last 4 fights. I personally think it's interesting ever since they found trace amounts of clenbuterol in his system. He's been missing fights. I'm going to look into that. I'm definitely going to read into that because that's a big deal. You know, that's not good. Charles, what's up, man? What's going on? Ugas versus Arrow. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Canelo guarantee Hall of Famer. Canelo is already. He's already past the Hall of Famer. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. It's more as I think he's arguably a generational great. You know what I'm saying? Like there's guys that ran generations, and I think Canelo is that guy, like the number one guy for the current generation. Like Canelo is the best. He's the number one, you know. You're dead, Jack. Thank you for being back. You know, quick question. Why did you quit YouTube boxing after that loss? Like what made you What made you quit boxing just because of the loss? Canelo fought Lara and Trout, and his promoters didn't want him to. Well, the thing with Trout is that people didn't expect him to beat Cotto. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I remember at the time, uh, just no one was really expecting Trout to give Cotto the problems he gave him. And Trout wasn't known to be a big puncher. He didn't have a crazy resume or anything like that. Charles, thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it, brother. Um, yeah, nothing wrong with tune up here. I mean, this is a mandatory, and it's not like Avni is not really doing anything to help Canelo for his next fight. It's just a stay busy fight, staying in shape. Stylistically, he doesn't bring anything that Billy Joe Saunders brings, you know. J. Roos Theory, what's up, man? What's good? Make sure y'all follow my guy here. Got a boxing channel, a newer channel. Pacheco and Gomez is a great fight. Yeah, it's a pretty good fight. Very competitive. Uh, Gomez is catching him, has been catching him with some good counters. But what's up, Ayo? What's going on? Canelo is going to be in a few fights. It's almost 8 now. I think the Canelo fight doesn't really start like maybe. I'm guessing. I'm thinking like around 10. All right, so yo, what was I saying about Canelo just a minute ago? The way I look at it when it comes to Canelo, uh, as I was, to piggyback off what I was saying about him and not finding the guys I always wanted to see him face. If I have to rank possible opponents and who I want them to see in no particular order, but I'll throw 4 names out there that I think would be good matchups for Canelo, right? Billy Joe Saunders is one of them. Okay. This is a fight that I wanted to see for a long time. I like Billy Joe Saunders as a fighter. I think when he's on his A game, I think he's tough to beat, and I think he's going to be one of Canelo's most challenging opponents. Fighters like Lara that we've seen Canelo fight in the past. He's a southpaw, very fast hands. Okay, pretty solid defensively, moves well, great timing, very educated puncher. You know what I'm saying? I think if Billy Joe Saunders is on his A game, all right, and he should be. I mean, this is his biggest opportunity. We seen him at his worst. We seen how he looks when he doesn't really prep for a fight. He recently fought, and I think that Pacheco caught this guy with a good shot just now. 2 good shots. I think he heard. Oh! I think Gomez was hurt from that shot. I think Pacheco could put him away if he keeps. Yeah, he should have followed up. He took it too easy. I think he could have at least knocked him down there if he followed up with that right hand. So I think Billy Joe Saunders is going to be one of Canelo's toughest fights in recent years. Okay, just style wise, I think Billy Joe is tough. Okay, I'm not saying he'll win. I'm expecting Canelo to win, but I'm expecting Canelo to have a hard time in there. He's not going to be as easy to hit. I think Saunders is going to do good. It's just that Saunders down the line, second half of the fight, I'm expecting Canelo to really turn it up. Um, so I say Saunders. I say Benavidez. Benavidez. Totally different style from Saunders, but big guy. Puncher. Volume, pressure. Quick hands, can counter. can bully. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Arrival. Appreciate it, man. Saunders will be the first back-footed southpaw Nello's fought since Lara. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Hey, yo, thank you. Thank you, my brother. Long-time follower. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Chocolatito Estrada. Aaron, you gotta wait for that pick. You gotta wait for the breakdown. The breakdown is coming up. Breakdown's coming up. I gotta do a thorough breakdown for that one. I talked about it before in the past. When they both had their last fights. That's one of those ones where I have been flipping back and forth. So by the time I do the breakdown, I'll come up with the final name. But right now, I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Yo, all right. So Benavidez, style that be tough. He's a big dude. He's a big dude. He's a big dude. He can punch. You know, he's a fun fighter. He's gonna be tough. You know, he's gonna be tough. He can work the body. Benavidez is a real well-rounded fighter that's big. He's young. And he can do it all. He can do it all. That'll be a tough fight for Canelo. That's not one of those guys. Canelo can't just walk Benavidez down like he did Callum Smith. Callum is big, but Callum is a lot more limited. Benavidez could do a lot more. So that's number two. You got Saunders and you got Benavidez. The only other two guys I want to see Canelo really face are from 160, Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. Now, do I think the fights are going to happen? No, I think if anybody has more of a chance, I still believe Charlo has more of a chance because I'm expecting him to probably move up soon. And, you know, if Canelo starts taking fights on the PBC and he fights a Plant, I can see that possibly happening if Charlo is able to get himself in position. But the problem with that fight too is you would probably have to beat like a Benavidez or something. You know, I mean, I know he's the title holder at right now at 160. So if he moved up, maybe he can use that title in order to get in position to fight Canelo. But I like the fight. You know, I think that's a tough fight for Canelo. I don't think it's a fight that Charlo would win, but it'll be a very intriguing fight to see. You know, and I do believe that Charlo is a guy that fights better on the level of his opposition. I think the Matt Corrible fight, in a fight that a lot of people feel that he lost, that's not a fight that he fully prepared for. It's not a fighter that people expected it to be the same. You know, I think Charlo went in that fight thinking that it was going to be an easy fight. And no one expected Korobov to come in that night in the shape that he did, you know? And Demetrius Andrade, I always thought his style would just be tough for Canelo, you know? I think if Canelo were to stop any of these fighters I just named, it would probably be Andrade, though. Because even though I think Andrade would give Canelo problems, right? And I'm talking about as far as cleaning up rounds. Like, I think Andrade would pick up rounds. I also believe that Andrade leaves himself completely open at times to get touched. Sometimes I think Andrade is a little too offensive and he leaves himself completely open at times. And I think that's exactly how like Rosen dropped him early in that fight that they had. Andrade gets a little too wild sometimes, but I also still believe that would be a good matchup for Canelo. So those are the four guys that I personally would like to see. What's up, everybody that's joining in, man? I know there's a lot of people starting to chat it up in here now. But yo, back to my point. Mr. Boxing today, what's up, bro? What's good? Yo, so the thing about Plant, I feel like Plant, how I feel about Callum Smith. You know, good fighter, champion, but I don't see him being a tougher fight for Canelo. Like Plant, yes, he's quick. He's a good defensive fighter. but there's nothing that he has that will keep Canelo off of him. See, Billy, on the other hand, there's similarities. They're both southpaws and everything like that. Billy is very quick. I just think Billy is just, I think he just brings a little bit more overall. I just think he's a better boxer too. I think Billy Joe Saunders is better than Callum Plant. Plant and Saunders has fought way better fighters too. Saunders has looked better against better fighters to me, basically. Plant, he's cool, but I can see him getting stopped. At some point, Canelo's just going to walk him down and get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see Plant. I think Plant is not fighting good fighters because I think they know that. I think there's more to this story. I think Plant is not as good as they're making him out to be. You know? Yeah, I don't like Saunders as a person, but he's a good fighter. You know? So yeah, those are my guys. I want to see the Charlo, Andrade, Saunders, and Benavidez fight for Canelo. That's my personal wish list as far as Canelo goes. Those are the four fighters I really want to see Canelo face. And I think those will be the four the most challenging at 160, at 168. If you're not including Triple G because they already fought him, those are the fights that I would like to see with Canelo, you know, and those are the reasons why. Yeah, I don't see anything that Plant brings to the table. Shout out to everyone that's here. Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. What else? I watched the Joseph Parker fight this morning. I was up. I was awake. I should have been sleeping because I did have to go to work this morning, but I was watching some of the Plant fight. I was watching most of it. Not Plant fight, the Parker fight. I'm sorry, with Junior Fa. I didn't like the fight. All right, let me just get that out of the way. I know everybody's talking about the scorecard. I didn't like the fight. It was too much grappling for me. I hate fights like that. It reminded me of the Parker fight against Huey Fury. Okay. I just didn't like it. Parker was trying to initiate the action, couldn't really land much clean. And Fa was doing a lot of touching and grappling. You know what I'm saying? It was just punch, hold. And Parker wasn't really mixing it up. He wasn't really giving any different kind of looks. It was just jab, right hand. You know, he wasn't really doing anything to give. He wasn't really giving any different looks. So I didn't like the fight. I do think Parker won. I think the judges had it a little too wide, obviously, but I didn't like the fight, man. The fight didn't do anything for me. It really didn't. It didn't make me like Fa anymore, and it didn't make me think that Parker was really, really back. Like, I just don't feel, you know, and I don't want to go to the Joshua fight because it was a loss, but I think the ref made it worse than what it could have been. You know, I think Parker did fight a very safe fight, but I think the both of them did. And I also think that the ref didn't. I think the ref was really ruining that fight. The Dillian White fight was really good. And I think that fight actually should have been a rematch in that fight. That was a really good fight because Parker did rally strong late. And I give him credit for fighting White coming off that loss to AJ. But since then, with the breaks that he took, I have not been impressed with these other fights that he's had. You know, I just haven't been impressed with Parker since the White fight. You know, even in that fight, it was a good fight, but Parker right now, I'm just not sure. And Fa really didn't do anything. He did better than expected because I did think that Parker was going to knock him out, but I'm not going to go on and say like, oh, Fa's a good danger to the heavyweight division. Like, no, the fight was an empty fight for me. It did nothing for me, at least for me, you know? Richie, thank you. Caleb Plant versus Demetrius Andre. I have Demetrius Andre all the way. All the way. I think Andre would beat Plant, and I think Andre is way better than anyone that Plant has faced. Uh, and I mean way better. You know what I'm saying? And you could say the same thing about Plant being better than anyone that Andre faced, and that's cool too. But I think Andre would. I think the fight will be very competitive early, and then I think Andre will outwork him later and beat him up to a decision, a unanimous one. Yeah, you know what? I woke up randomly and a Parker fight was just like about to start. It wasn't even like I wasn't even thinking about watching it live that early. I used to watch Parker fights live like in the morning and then just get up and just do a video right after, like before I started going on live. If you guys remember, I used to be I was pushing Parker a lot when he was earlier in his career, like, you know, when he was only a few fights in as a pro on the channel. You know, when him, Dillian White, and AJ were just like those guys that was on the come up. I used to do a lot of Joseph Parker fights. I used to do all the reviews for all of his fights. So if you guys were here back then, you know. But I just haven't been impressed. Like, I think he met his ceiling a long time ago. Whereas I just felt like both AJ and Dillian White just kept getting better. You know, and I know Dillian White recently lost to Povetkin, but from when they were basically prospects, I think he just reached his cap and kind of stayed there. You know, I haven't really seen much progression in his career since, you know. Yeah. Yeah, Park is kind of rusty. Yeah. Charles is my favorite boxer right now. I like Jamel better. Well, Jamel is doing his thing, man, and I put him in my pound for pound. I feel like a lot of people don't include him there, but you know, Jamel is doing what he has to do. He's stopping these fighters. No, it's not always pretty. No, yeah, he has lost rounds and has been outboxed, but I think his new style, it definitely works out for him for the better, you know? Yeah, yeah. The fight is so we got two more fights coming up and then the Canelo fight. All right. We got a heavyweight fight coming up next. And then we have a flyweight fight coming up after that. So yeah, we got some time. Still undefeated. Pacheco just grabbed the W real quick. Um, let's talk Teofimo Lopez. All right, I'm gonna do another video for whoever misses it tomorrow, but let's talk Teofimo Lopez and Triller. The Triller deal. Very proud of him. Okay. This is the thing though. I'm just happy that Bob didn't get his way. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see where this is gonna go. You know, because he is getting a lot of money, and this is with Triller. And now Triller is starting to remind me of a little bit of the zone because the zone came in, started throwing a lot of big money around. It reminds me of Rock Nation as well. Rock Nation, you know, they had those few years when they was getting part of boxing. It was like about 2014, was trying to buy a lot of fighters, the PBC fighters. They were just coming in and they were swinging big money around, and that's what Triller is doing now. I did read about it. I seen that they outbidded Top Rank, obviously, but they also outbidded Matchroom, which was surprising. I thought Matchroom was going to be the winner for that fight. But what I like about it is that, yo, purse bids, and I know they happen all the time, but they need to happen. They need to continue to happen. If these fighters want more money, they need to start going to purse bid. Who's the highest bidder? This is prize fighter at the end of the day. And who's going to pay you the most? You know? Um, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Especially when it comes to mandatory fights. You know? I keep saying, Sean Porter, if you want to fight Terrence Crawford, this is all you need to do. If you are the mandatory, yes, Shakur, Vic, I agree with you. Vic, yes, absolutely. If you are the mandatory and you're up for a fight and you really pushing a fight for that title, go to purse bid. Don't make, do interviews talking about you getting lowballed by Bob Arum. Bob Arum is just one part of the puzzle, one piece of the puzzle. You don't have to take Bob Arum's money that he's offering. If you want to fight Terrence Crawford for that title, which you should want to fight him, just go to purse bid. That's it. That's it. That's all you need to do. You don't have to take Bob's money. Now as far as Teofimo Lopez in that fight, George Kambosos, a much better mandatory in my opinion than the mandatory we're getting tonight against Canelo. As far as if we're comparing the two, is George Kambosos the fight that I want to see? Obviously, no. I want to see the Devin Haney fight. I would love to see the Devin Haney fight. I would love to see uh, you know, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, all of these other guys. But it's not a bad fight at all. It's not. Kambosos is not a bad fight at all. Kambosos just recently beat Lee Selby. All right. I was here doing it, covering that fight live. Lee has been around for a minute. He's a good boxer. I respect him. And I think it was a good win. And to be honest, him being in Lee Selby is just as good as anything that Devin Haney has done so far. Now I know Ryan beat Luke, so Ryan will put Ryan up on a list as far as resume, but before that fight, Kambosos would have been Ryan's best opponent. I think Kambosos would have been Devin Haney's best opponent. I know he fought Gamboa, but Gamboa is past it. And I think Kambosos today would beat him. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with Kambosos being a mandatory at all. Now, as far as this $6 million, Triller has been a pay-per-view up to this point. So it's probably going to be a pay-per-view. Do I want to pay? No, I am a boxing channel, so I pay for everything now because I have to cover it live. I didn't want to buy Tank versus Leo, but I bought it. I didn't want to buy Spence versus Danny, but I bought it. I'm gonna buy Teofimo Lopez fight because I'm a boxing channel. I'm gonna cover the fights. Shout out to the people that left donations. Donations just paid for the pay-per-view itself just now. I'm gonna be here to cover it. It is what it is. If it is a pay-per-view, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. What I will say is this though. I'm interested in seeing what's going to be on the undercard of that fight. What is going to be on the undercard? What other fights are they going to have on there, or are they not going to have any good undercards because most of the majority of the money is going to those two main for the fighters, the main fighters here, Teofimo Lopez or whatever, or is that fight on the undercard of something else? I don't know. But Triller, I'm expecting Triller to have some celebrities on that card, so that's what I'm expecting. I really don't know, but I am happy for Teo and him getting paid. I think it's probably going to ruin some relationship with Bob Arum because Bob is a very bitter dude. He's and I don't personally, I don't, I think Bob doesn't speak highly of his fighters when he's not getting along with them, and I think it's bad. Like I don't know. Me personally, I don't hate Top Rank because they do give us some good fights that we need to get. But I don't know. Bob Arum is just, I wouldn't want to sign to see in his treatment of his fighters sometimes. You know, I personally, from what I see, of course, I'm not in that negotiating room with Bob and the other promoters, but from what I see, that's not a fighter that I mean, a promoter that I would want to sign with. You know, let me get to some of the comments, man. I know you guys been dropping a lot. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Otto Wallen is legit, man. Very impressed, and I can't wait to see who he is going to fight next. Matthews, thank you for the support, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really happy for T.O., man. I'm happy for him. And you know, I'm just happy. I like when fighters do legit things. Like, you know how I found about Teofimo Lopez? Before, I mean, I'm talking like maybe 4 years ago. I seen an interview of him when he was younger, and I seen him in the gym, and he was just talking shit about Lomachenko. He's like, yeah, I sparred with him before. I don't even think he's that good. And I felt like when all the hype was coming around Lomachenko, this was the one guy that was legit calling him out, even back then. And that's why I respect him, because he been on top of that. Like, he been wanting to fight. So he knocks out Coleman in 2 rounds, and he gets the Lomachenko fight right after that, and he wins. You know, he wins. Regardless of how you feel about it, he has the official win on his resume. And on paper now, he's undisputed on paper. It's not a dispute about whether or not he's on paper. He has the 4 major titles. All right. And I respect him for it. So if he's getting paid a lot, at least he's getting paid and he actually did something. He actually fought the best fighter in his division. And arguably pound for pound, number 1, number 2, number 3, wherever you had Lomachenko at. He's pound for pound-ish type fighter. So I respect someone that went straight at the top guy. Not the top guy, just cash cow, but the top guy that a lot of fighters still did not want to face. You know? Teal versus Valdez is a ticket, though. Yeah. I think Teal's a little too big for Valdez. I think that's a little too big. William, what's good, man? What's good? Oh, I forgot Darrell is on tonight. Darrell is on, all right. Damn, I forgot about that. I would have turned that car on too at the same time. But we're gonna stick to the zone tonight. Haney and Cambosos on the same level. None are more proven than each other. Yeah. I agree with you. You know, based on what I just said, on paper, they're on the same level. Yeah. And if you think that Cambosos is better than Haney, I'm not going to argue with you. That's your opinion, because neither one has proven that much more than the other. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them has. I think Tio stands out based on what he's done. Now, I'm not saying that Devin couldn't have done the same thing if he was given the opportunity to fight Loma. He would have taken the fight. I don't know if he would have taken the Coleman fight if given the opportunity. I'm pretty sure he would. But I'm going based on what I actually seen. Like, I'm going based on facts. And that word gets thrown around a lot. People say fact, and they be saying opinion, their opinion, and they be following up with facts. No, factually, like, Tio actually beat the better fighters. You know, and he got Nakatani on his resume. And he got him on a resume, which actually means something. It aged extremely well taking that fight and even having trouble in that fight. Yeah, we still got 2 undercards fights to go before we see the Canelo fight. If you're just tuning in. All right. Thanks, William. Thank you for the donation. I'm just seeing that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. Everyone that's donating to the channel. Southpaw Killer. He's not undisputed on paper. Beck's check box for the real stats of boxing says he's the WBO, WBA, and IBF. Let's not top rank false scenario. I'm not talking about top rank. I was talking about the WBC. I was talking about that's not a top rank thing that I got that from. That's a WBC. And they are on that's their title. So they made him undisputed based on what they changed from the franchises. I'm not even having that argument with you because I'm not disputing your argument at all. When I said on paper, I'm saying the WBC, who is the sanctioning body of that, that's their belt. They're saying that TO is undisputed. Now, right? Do I like it? No, because I thought franchise was ridiculous since day one. But I'm not going by top rank in their promoters or ESPN or anything like that. I'm talking about the sanctioning body himself is claiming that he is undisputed now. All right. Devin Haney's the paper WBC champ. See, that's the thing. I'm not like, this is the thing. I like these guys. Devin Haney literally did nothing wrong here. The WBC did him wrong. The WBC, the sanctioning body, I blame them for not being consistent with their rules and regulations, for creating the franchise title, for making multiple belts in a division. Okay, we already got 4 major belts, and we got other titles in each division that are respectable, like the IBO or whatever. But the WBC, because of what they did, they screwed Teofimo Lopez and they screwed Devin Haney, because Devin Haney was basically mandatory. And they created the franchise title, which made things confusing. And then now that Tio actually beat Loma, a lot of people don't consider him the real champ because of the WBC's rules, which they changed again. So the WBC is screwing everybody. They screwed Haney. Haney doesn't need to be dissed, and he was giving his title through email or whatever because of the WBC. That's their fault. They gave him a title that it should have been won in the ring, and that's the WBC fault. So I think none of the fighters did anything wrong. Like I've said to you guys before, if you guys heard it from all the last year or so, I've been saying the same thing. Lomachenko did nothing wrong in my eyes. Now, accepting the franchise, yes. I never liked the whole idea of franchise title. But as far as who he faced, when he faced him, he fought Luke Campbell, beat him to win the title. And then he fought Teofimo Lopez after being a layoff after that. There was no wrong in any of that. I'm not mad that he fought Luke Campbell for the title and then fought Teofimo Lopez for the other titles that he didn't have. So when people say that Loma ducked Haney, they're saying it based on the franchise title itself in the WBC. They're not saying like he didn't literally, there wasn't an opportunity where Loma was supposed to fight him and pulled out of the negotiations or anything. No, Haney went and became interim champ on recess because of his injury. There was no point where Loma was supposed to actually fight Haney. Like if I say someone's ducking someone, I mean like that person is up next and they chose to take an easier, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not a form of ducking. If you fight someone to win the title and then you fight another, you like fight a unification match right after. That's not a form of ducking. At least not in me. And I'm always been consistent in that. If you can point out a time where I was inconsistent when it came to that, then let me know. But when it comes to this situation, Teal didn't do anything wrong. He went on to fight Lomachenko. People saying that he's ducking Haney. What point did he duck Haney? Because he fought Nakatani, right? He fought Kome to become a champion, and then he fought Lomachenko to fight for all 4 belts. And now he's fighting his undefeated mandatory, who has a solid resume and is a good fighter. So I'm trying to understand here, like, where was the duck? Devin Haney, do I want him to get his opportunity? Absolutely. Absolutely. I want Devin Haney to fight Ryan. Now Ryan, on the other hand, is different because Ryan, he just fought Luke, but him and Ryan have been talking. Devin Haney and Ryan have been chitty chatty for the last couple of years now, and they have history. They sparred together. So if you guys are talking trash, it's including this guy Tank. Tank is another one. Tank is another guy that I feel like, okay, what are you doing? Because you guys are talking back and forth, right? You guys have this little competitive thing you have with each other. What's your reasoning behind not fighting a Devin Haney? What's if you guys are talking about it? What's Ryan Garcia's reasoning for not fighting Devin Haney? What's his excuse? Like, what is he doing that's so great that's keeping him from fighting Devin Haney? That's how I see it. Well, Canelo has done things that I didn't like. I wish Canelo fought Andre at 160 before he moved up. Canelo should have did everything in his power to keep those 4 belts because he was so close to becoming undisputed. He had 3 titles at one time. He had 3 titles at 160 before he fought Kovalev. He had 3. Keep those belts. Go after that one other guy. He didn't do it. Now, was I mad at the opponent? Absolutely not. It's just that, when you're so close to being undisputed, why not do it? And I've been consistent with everybody. You guys I love Andre Ward, right? And the heavyweight fight just started between Zhang and Forrest. So I am going to get into doing the commentary for that. But one last thing that I'll say is that Andre Ward, love him to death. All right. Didn't think he won the first fight against Kovalev, but he did what he had to do in the second fight, even though, with the controversies, with the low blows and everything. Whatever. On paper, you won. My thing is this. You hold 3 titles. He retired. All right. He's talked about coming back a couple times. All he had to do was fight Adonis Stevenson and become undisputed. But he retired. He didn't take the fight. And I question why he didn't take that fight. It was just one last fight. One last one. And he was 1 belt away from becoming undisputed. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I give people respect. And this is why on my pound for pound list, I give a lot of praise to anyone that becomes undisputed, because not everyone is willing to do it. They're just not, because fighters will avoid or just not want to fight certain fighters in order to collect that extra title. They do it all the time. I've seen plenty of guys that held 3 titles at one point, and that last 4th title just didn't happen. Happened with Kovalev and Stevenson too. Kovalev and Stevenson never got the fight on. 1 title away, and it just never happened. So it's not, listen, whatever I say to you guys, just know that it's not a coming from a place of bias. It's just, there's plenty of fighters that I love to death, and they just don't do what I wished for them to do. They could be so close by securing greatness in their legacy, and Andre Ward did. He did. But still, he was just so close of having that undisputed thing. That one thing that many fighters like Floyd and Pacquiao never had that. That's that one thing. That's your legacy. Like, people could bring up Kovalev. Like, that's cool. You got to have some controversy to your career. You got to have fights that people don't think you won. You got to have gifts. Every great fighter that has it. But undisputed, every fighter can't say that you did that. Like, yeah, you were the man at 175, but you didn't actually fully prove it. It's still questioned. This guy Forrest is throwing bombs. Oh, wow. Forrest caught him with a left hand. Counter Forrest. Forrest threw a hook to the body and left his whole up top open. And Zhang timed him right and caught him with a left hand. Dropped him right at the end of the round. Round 1 is done. Forrest is back up. He's good. He's good. I think Ward lost the first Kovalev fight. Absolutely. Do I consider Canelo a ducker? I think he ducked. I think he ducked Andre before he moved up. But he fought Kovalev. I don't logically it doesn't really make sense because he fought Kovalev at 175. But I personally would have thought I would have taken an Andre fight. That's me. Andre was fresh. All right. He wasn't coming off of a fight. He's not older guy. He wasn't coming off of a war with a younger fighter. He wasn't drained by weight. Forrest is landing some good shots. I just don't think he could hurt Zhang. But I've said on here before, the only issues that I personally have with Canelo is a couple of decisions he got, didn't like them, scorecards, and a couple of people that I wish he fought. Zane caught him with a right hook. They trading. Oh shit. Oh wait, hold on. This is good. This is good. The thing is, Forrest is landing the shots, but he ain't hurting Zhang. Zhang hurts him every time he lands something. Caught him with a right hand. Forrest backed up a little bit, got a little rocked, but he recovered. Zhang got that power, bro. All right. Oh, ooh, another right hand land. Forrest down again. Damn, I think he's hurt this time. He's hurt this time. Yo, if you guys are just waiting for the Canelo fight, yo, tune in. This might be the fight of the night, man. Tune in. If you haven't already, tune in to the zone. We in the second round. We got a little bit over a minute left. Oh, no. My bad. Zhang fell back, but he lost balance. I think Forrest stepped on his front foot. Zhang just trying to time him again. Forrest is throwing more, but Zhang is just looking to counter. So Forrest has been down twice already. One at the end of the first and one in the second. Good fight so far, man. Yeah, Zhang got some real power. It's kind of slow. All right. Not the aggressive defense, but I'm telling you that hook he's throwing, he's timing that thing right. He's walking, he's coming for him. He's much bigger. He's much bigger. He's keeping that guard and he's just timing. He just continue like Forrest throws and he keeps that left hand low and he keeps getting countered. Now he's being a little bit more careful. Again, Zhang did it again. All right. Didn't land that time, but you know Zhang's just waiting. He ain't throwing much, but he just waiting to counter. Yeah, he says Zhang's head is massive. Yeah, I just don't feel like I think Canelo could have fought Andre twice. I think he could have fought him at 160 and he could have fought him at 154. You know? Yeah, he could have fought him at both, and That's my only issue. I know Andre isn't the star. I know he doesn't have a lot of people, fan, and I know he doesn't have a large resume. But besides, there's not too many people that really wanted to fight Andre ever. Like, who actually wanted to fight him? You know? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, damn, I missed another knockdown. Read in the comments. Yo, third round just started. Zhang knocked him down. Forrest jumps back up in like 2 seconds every time. But he's still hurt. I think he should just take a break, man, when he gets dropped. He just jumps right back up. Like he he hurt Zhang. He landed a left hand just now, and Zhang actually tied up. That was a nice shot. This is a good fight, man. Tune in. Nice jab by Forrest. Counter left hand by Zhang. He didn't put too much power into that. It's a pretty fun fight so far. Yo, don't sleep. This is boxing. Anything can happen, man. You never know. Forrest might catch this dude. He's caught him a couple of times with good shots. Didn't hurt him bad yet, though. Zhang is huge, man. He's trying to time that hook. That's the money shot right there. I don't know how many of those hooks Forrest is gonna take. Forrest has started jab to the body now. Zhang just looking to counter. He's not really setting much anything up. He's not throwing many jabs. He's kind of just waiting, He's just waiting. Forrest is kind of doing all the work to keep himself in. He's the one that's doing. He's constantly throwing that jab out there, and he's landing the jab pretty good too. But Zhang is just waiting to counter. Zhang is not throwing no jabs. He's just nice 1-2 landed by Zhang. He didn't hurt Forrest that time. Zhang looked like he's I'm sorry, Forrest. I want to see how long he can keep fighting at this rate. This is a good fight, man. Tune in. Oh, nice 1-2 by Forrest. Forrest is getting in there. I would have gave Forrest this round if he didn't get knocked down. He's been knocked down once every round so far. All right, we're finishing up on the third round. Oh, another right hand landed by Zhang. Finished the round, tied up. Round 3 is over. Good fight. Do I think Canelo beats Prime Mayweather? Nah. I still wouldn't. If Mayweather were to come back and they fought, I would expect Canelo to win now, but I don't think Canelo would beat Prime Mayweather. He's improved a lot more, and I think the fight would be a lot closer than what it was. But I still would give it to Floyd. I don't see too many people beating Floyd, but I think Canelo would be it's possible. It would be a much better match today. Canelo he learned a lot from that Floyd fight and the Lara fight, and the Triple G fight. Canelo, I think Triple G fighting him twice like that made Canelo so much better, man. It would take a lot to really beat him today. But this is what I'm saying. This is why I I like the Saunders fight. I like the Benavidez fight. I like those two fights for him. Not so much Plant. I didn't care so much for Smith. The problem with Smith is Smith got exposed by um John Ryder. And the thing is, I know, people have their fights where they just don't they look poor, but I think Ryder, what he did was expose a weakness, and it made Smith look very limited as a fighter all the way all around. Like what Ryder was doing, being a shorter guy and this kind of bullying Smith, and Smith really didn't have an answer for it. I just didn't care for the Canelo fight no more. I was just like, yeah, Canelo's gonna bully this big guy. And I feel the same way with Plant. I just feel like Plant, yeah, he's winning these fights, but he's fighting like lower tier guys and not looking all that great. Like he looks good, but I feel like Plant has one gear. Now, if he shows me something different, okay, but he's only shown me one gear. I need Plant to fight somebody decent. I think his opposition is some of the weakest out of all the champions in the sport. For a champion, if we're just looking at his last like 3 or 4 fights since he won the title, I think you can arguably say he's fought like the weakest opponents out of all of the champions in boxing, pound for pound. Forrest is making Zhang looks like he's tired, man. He looks gas. Forrest is definitely out working him. Zhang is just bigger. He hits harder. I don't know, man. I'm not sold on Zhang, man. I told you guys before the fight. I'm not sold on him yet. I think the moment he steps up and fight one of these other guys, Hergovic is gonna be fighting. He's gonna be fighting. What's his name? The body snatcher. Jesus, I can't think of his name now. Michael Hunter. I have Michael Hunter winning. I don't take it as me just saying it quick like Hergovic don't have a chance or anything like that. I thought long about it. I've been thinking about it, and I'm picking Michael Hunter to beat him. I honestly don't think too many people can actually beat Hunter. You know, yeah. Michael Hunter is dangerous, man, and no one's ever gonna really step up and want to fight him. Not too many people are gonna want to do it. There's some that would, but people don't want to fight him. He can just ruin your day. You know, I'm actually interested in seeing Michael Hunter rematch Usyk. I would love to see that rematch. I would love to see it. Um, just as a heavyweight, the fact that they're both moved up. That'll be a fun fight to watch. Not now. They both got a lot of work to do. But it'll be a fun fight to watch. I'm sorry, not the body snatcher. I said the body snatcher. I apologize. Body hunter, the bounty hunter. My fault. I'm not getting into our Laura Canelo debate tonight. It's not tonight. You guys could do that in the chat. Not tonight, man. uh, I've been talking about that fight since I covered it years ago on this channel, man. When it happened live, I'm doing reviews of that fight. Just not tonight, man. No, I know Hergovich is one of the few people. I see you, Haggis. Hunter, Hunter, I know Hergovich wanted that fight. I know he's one of the few. He's one of the very few. Problem with Hunter, I think he goes for the knockout so much. I think he forces it and he burns himself out. And then once he starts like losing steam, he becomes really, really sloppy. He just keeps. He's a worker, but when he starts like gassing, it just doesn't look good. I think some of the Povetkin's best rounds in their fight was when this guy Hunter like slowed down. All right, so this fight is not as fun as it was earlier. Uh, Forrest is working that jab really, really good. A lot of tying up, a lot of grappling is going on now. It's starting to look like the fight from this morning with Joseph Parker and Junior Falls. It's like too much leaning, grappling. The ref is warning Zane because Zane is tired, man. He's tired, and this guy Forrest is making him work. Big left hand by Forrest lands just now. He's tired, man. Most avoided boxer of all time, Demetrius Andrade. That's a crazy name to have as an account. Lomachenko is in a 135 Albert. Well, this is the thing. Um, he's definitely a 135 pounder. It's just that at 135, he has to work a whole lot harder at getting them stoppages done. He has to work a lot harder. This is why he was dropped by Linares. He got it, but he had to really work hard for it. All right. What happened to Linares when he moved to 140? He got knocked out in the first round. Okay. Um, Same thing with Luke. He was punching Luke for a long time, just couldn't get him out of there. Guys like Ryan caught him with a good shot, got him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Loma is good at 135, but he has to work a lot harder to get those stoppages, a lot harder than when he did at 126 and 130. All right. So if he were to go back down to 130, cool. But he got to understand that these guys are bigger, stronger, younger, and a lot of and I said this years ago, Lomachenko is a freak athlete. So even though he's very skilled like Roy Jones is, once he starts slowing down athletically, he he it's going to be tougher for him. Even though he's extremely skilled, a lot of it is based on reflexes, speed, volume. Once that slows down a little bit, it's going to be tougher. And if he's staying at 135, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But he could still have much success. And I still think he beats Devin Haney. I still think he beats Ryan Garcia. I think he beats Tank as well. I still think he beats these guys. Yeah, he lost to Tio, but it was, like he gave a lot of rounds away. Now, if they are going to rematch eventually, if they do have a rematch, if he starts to come strong early, he has the risk of actually get caught by a fresher Tio. Loma had a lot of success in the second half of the fight, but Tio did slow down too. He wasn't as dangerous, except in that 12th round. Tio went off in that 10th round. I mean 12th round. I'm sorry. This fight is getting a little bit dragging here a little bit. They're just tied up, man. They both look tired. A lot of grappling going on now. They both still working, but you just see that they don't have that sting, that pop. Neither one of them do. Zane got to stop this holding. This is getting enough. The ref is warning him, but he needs to give him a hard warning, like, yo, I'm gonna take a point. Why he do not call Chris Eubank that is bad from? Yo, is what did I see it? Is it true that Chris Eubank is fighting Kell Brook? I see you guys talking about Chris Eubank. Is that true? Is that like an official thing? I seen it on Twitter. I see someone tweeted it the other day on Twitter, but I didn't like look it up. Let me look it up. I know these guys don't like each other. Okay, no, it is something official. Okay, Hearn. Eddie Hearn said he's interested in the fight. I don't know why you would be interested in that fight. I don't I just I don't know, man. It's just like I don't get with these Kell Brook fights. He's not a very durable guy at this stage of the career in his career. All right. He's been stopped what 3 times? Um just getting on another war with a bigger puncher. Um I don't see the point. Like it's just like he'd just be going in there just to get knocked out. It doesn't matter. And I think Brook is more skilled than Eubank, but Eubank is bigger and he can punch. And he's younger, and I don't know why they would even make that fight at this point. Like if Eubank can't get if he cannot get not Eubank, I'm sorry. If Kell Brook cannot get Amir Khan now, I think there's so many other fights that he can take, if he wants to continue fighting. But I don't know what's up with that, man. Jose, thank you for the donation. Yeah. The undercard is still on. I don't know why you don't see it. There's only one more additional undercard after this current heavyweight clash is over before we see Canelo. So I think there's been like about 7 fights tonight so far. So I don't know why you don't see it. I do have issues sometime when I go on the zone. Usually, whatever the live fights are on, you can just usually go into the app, and the it should be like a thumbnail that you could click on that says Canelo whatever live, and then there'll be another one that says Canelo against Yildirim in Spanish. All right, that's how they normally have it set up right at the top. Young Hollywood, what's up, bro? Oh, I haven't decided, man. I don't know if I'm gonna have a drink tonight. I'm just kind of chilling tonight. So, maybe I have something light, but I'm chilling tonight, man. I think last week what did I have last? Was it last week or the week before? I think I had some tequila. But we'll see. Let's see how I feel. Yeah, Antonio, I agree, man. I thought Charlo was gonna fight Eubank. They both was on the same card last before the pandemic. Eubank's fight with Korobov didn't work out because Korobov gets injured. He gets some weird injury in every fight at this point. That fight didn't work out, but yeah, man, it didn't. I don't know. That would have been a good fight. I did the math. Zhang fights are usually 2 to 3 rounds long, except for one 10-round decision. Rumor has it Manny versus Bud is on the horizon. Man, I hope so. I hope so, man. I hope so, man. I hope so. But somebody has to be throwing that money, giving Manny that money, because Manny's not gonna fight Bud unless he's getting crazy amount of money. Hopefully, somebody out there is willing to pay. This fight has just become a hold fest. We're in the 8th round of this fight. Didn't think it would go to a decision the way it was going early because Zhang got a knockdown, scored a knockdown the first 3 rounds, but it's been kind of slow. But let's see how it goes. Let's see if we can get something late here. Oh, they both had a headbutt. Oh, they headbutt. Oh, no cuts, no cuts. Everything looks good. Nice straight left by Forrest lands. Oh no, Zing is cut. I don't know if it's from the headbutt though. He got a little knot over his eye. That's probably from the headbutt. That's probably from the headbutt, man. That headbutt was hard. Zhang, yeah, he doesn't have a jab. He hasn't been using it all fight. You know, I think it was working for him early when he was just looking to counter, but he looks out of it, man. He just can't wait for the fight to be over. I've been saying Zhang all night. They're saying Zong, so I've been saying it wrong. I guess been calling him Zhang all night. My apologies if I am saying it wrong. Ain't nobody check me in the comments. Zong is tired. Zong is done. Forrest may win. Nah, it's no way he's gonna win unless he gets a stoppage. He's not gonna win on points. Keyshawn Davis. Yeah. They just showed him Rodney. Ronell, my fault. Zong just wants this fight to be over. This is just like, yo, he got to get his rounds up, man. And Forrest is smart. He should have just been working the body. He's starting to do it now. He's been doing it the last couple of rounds, but he should have did that early. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Zong, I'm gonna tell you, when they step him up in his next fight, or maybe the fight after, whoever he's gonna fight, if they put him in there with someone that's willing to work the body, he's gonna be done. They're gonna get him out of there because he's completely done. He's completely exhausted. And he lucky he got the knockdowns because if this scoring was just based on rounds 1 without the knockdowns, Forrest might have had this fight in the bag. Zong is not a elite. These type of heavyweights are too slow, bad for the sport. I wouldn't say bad for the sport, but not a good fight tonight. I think Zong is just gonna be. He's just there for someone to take out. You know, I really don't see him really being a powerhouse in this division. You know, I haven't been. I just recently started watching him, but I'm just not. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. You know, there's a lot of good heavyweights out there. Oh, that headbutt was nasty. Yeah, that headbutt. Yep, that's what caused the headbutt. The cut. I mean, yep. His eye started bleeding right after that headbutt. Yeah, but Forrest is digging to his body now. Forrest can work and work if he can get him down. He needs to keep going to that body, man. Zong about to pass out. Another sparring partner on TV. Shout out to my brother Team Hazardous in the building. Shout out to my guy. I'll say the fight should be in. We got one more fight to go after this fight, and this fight is pretty much over. So I'm expecting Canelo to be 10 o'clock. They'll probably like show us a little couple clips, and the fight probably they're probably not gonna come out to the ring until 10. So we probably got like another hour. Akil Brown, what's up? What's going on? Zong needs to time him with an uppercut, man. I don't even know if he has the energy to do that, the way he's moving. Nah, Zong is not gonna quit. I don't think he's gonna quit. I think he's surviving. Um, and I think he's been surviving for a while because that's why he was grappling earlier. I think halfway through the fight, the fifth round, he was already grappling. After those knockdowns came and where he just was starting to work, he had to rely on just being busy, and he just couldn't do it. This is all right. Let's go to the comments. There's nothing to see here, guys. Brandon, shout out to you, man. Alabama's in a bit of is in a building. AJ versus Tyson Fury coming soon, I think. I don't know, man. I'm kind of just been sitting back waiting to see if that's going to be official. Yo, he's taking a point. Zong, they took a point from Zong for the holding. Uh-oh. Took one of those knockdowns away, depending on how many rounds you gave the Forrest. Listen, Forrest win this 9th round, which he is. And if he wins the 10th round as well, this could be anybody's fight. Because if you gave Forrest 6 rounds, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, me and Team has we we actually got to get back on IG and talk. He knows I've been busy as hell. But we definitely make sure you follow his IG. Team Hazardous does like a lot of financial talk and boxing talk as well. Boxing trainer out of heavyweight boxing trainer out of Jersey. So make sure you guys check his stuff out. And good guy, man. Forrest is coming at him, man. Let's see what happens this round. Let's see if we could get a surprise knockdown somewhere. Oh, Forrest is going at him. He's trying to get him out of there. Let's go. I'm actually rooting for Forrest now, man. Zhang is holding. Zhang is trying to survive, man. Oh. Forrest got him against the ropes. The crowd is into it, man. I hear the cheering going on. I think the crowd is going for Forrest too. I think Zong turned people off with the holding, man. Oh, another left hand by Forrest. Forrest is tired too, but he's still working. Zong's is holding, man. He doesn't have it, man. Oh, He doesn't have it anymore. Come on. What do you think the judges are gonna do? I wonder how the judges got it going. Think we might get a draw, man. I don't think they're gonna give a Forrest a win, but I think it's possible we might get a draw. Scorecards already filled out. Yeah, I haven't been talking about Fury and Joshua that much because sometimes I feel like it's not gonna happen next because I just can't see Fury fighting Joshua next, and he hasn't fought in a year. Oh, Zong is hurt. Zong is hurt, man. Let's go. The crowd is going crazy. Uh-oh. The crowd is going nuts. Forrest hurt. Oh, right hand. Uh-oh. Zong is holding, though. Zong is surviving, man, but he is hurt. Forrest is coming at him. Oh, left hand. Yeah, Forrest is tired, too. Zong's trying to hold on. 15 seconds left. Forrest is trying to get him out of there, man. Oh, my God. This guy held for a whole half of a fight. Oh. He turned his back and held his head down. Oh, man. They're not giving Zong the win. They can't give him the win after that, man. I don't know how they were scoring it, but I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a draw, man. What do you guys think? What are we going to get? Yo, you guys make whoever's watching, what's your pick before they go to the scorecards? I think it's going to be a draw. I don't think they're going to I don't know, man. The unofficial scorecards gave the last 6 rounds to Zong. I mean to Forrest. And remember, Forrest has an extra point, or Zong had. So Zong had 3 knockdowns the first 3 rounds, but one of the points was a point was taken from him. So Zong to them, and I don't think the scorecard is bad. Zong to them had the first 4 rounds plus 2. So I think that's gonna be a draw. I think it's gonna be a draw. I think if you give the rounds, I think if you score it that way, if the judges saw it that way, I think it's gonna be a draw if I'm doing the math correctly. What you guys got? Draw, controversial draw. Now I don't think it's controversial if it's a draw. I think if Zong wins, it's controversial. I think it should be a draw. I think it should be a draw, like officially. Fight was terrible, right? I gotta give Forrest a win by point. The thing is, though, right? The first 3 rounds, I can't remember the 4th round, but the first 3 rounds, if it wasn't for the knockdowns, I still feel that Forrest outworked Zong every single round. But the knockdowns, you got to count the knockdowns. So the first 3 rounds, Zong definitely won. Did he win every though where there wasn't a knockdown? I say a draw. Yo, Rondell, you stupid. 95-93. Majority draw. Yo, Forrest is celebrating. Yeah. Yeah, it is a win. Yo, he got knocked down 3 times and still secured a draw. They did a good thing. I'm glad the judges did a good thing, man. Seriously. Yep. Yeah, you get knocked down 3 times and didn't lose a fight. That's a win. Yep. Yo, yo, Forrest is out of there. Yeah. He ain't talking. He walked right out of the ring and he's out. He's like, he's celebrating. Yo, he's talking mad shit. All right. Yeah, Zong is gonna get yo, Big Matthews, agree. Zong is food right now. They're gonna feed him to the wolves now. You watch this fight and you can see exactly what you need to do. Good job for us. Well, I'm happy for Jerry. Got a good fair shake. I was about to write there's no way Jerry gets a decision, but there's too much cash behind Zong. Yeah, that's why I said a draw. You know, I mean, the politics come into play, and they're not gonna let if Zong gonna lose, they're gonna make him lose to someone that's on the come up too. You know, they're not gonna let him lose against someone that is supposed to be, you know, a good step forward. But not him. You know. And that's no disrespect to Forrest. It's just that this was a step up fight for Zong, but this is not where they want to put Zong against someone that's like, you know what I'm saying? That would be a good look, a good name to have under their record. Zong look like he need to go to the hospital, bro. That guy needs he needs some oxygen or something. He needs an oxygen tank because he looks exhausted, man. The way he walking back to the thing, he looks exhausted. Wow. Oh no, they not running this back. They about to interview Ryan Garcia. Ryan talking about being Canelo stablemate, being in being in the gym with him every day. Yeah, let me go back to Fury and Joshua. I'm not sure if that fight is happening next. I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm not getting behind the hype. You know, I haven't made videos about it. I'm just kind of waiting to see. I could make videos about it, but I don't even know if the fight is gonna happen. You know, and Tyson Fury doesn't sound like, you know, some based on what he says sometimes, it doesn't sound like he really want to do it next. I don't know. I see the fight happening, but I see a fight happening in between first before the AJ fight. I don't see it being the very next fight. I don't see it, man. I would love to see it, but I don't think it's gonna be next. But if the fight doesn't happen next, it's gonna be a conflict because there's mandatory obligations out there, and they can't keep pushing past fights and mandatories and stuff like that. You know, but I don't know, man. I personally don't believe the fight happens next, and that's not hating. That's nothing. I just don't think it's gonna happen. You know, yo, let's get to 100 likes, man. Let's get up to 100 likes. You know, we got 100 over 160 people watching. Yeah, I just don't think it's gonna happen, man. Not now. I think it will happen eventually, but not next. Fury gets a tune up and they December at the earliest. Yeah, I think the fight will happen, just not next. I think Fury needs a tune up. I wish he had that tune up in December when like he was supposed to have. But I think I just don't see Fury taking a year or a year and a half off, and then because this fight with Wilder was a year ago now. So whenever they decide to fight, he decides to fight Joshua, which would probably be in the summer. he would be going into a year and a half without fighting. And I can't see that happening. Joshua just had his fight a couple months ago with Pulev. I just don't see it going down that way. I mean, if it does go that way, that's cool. But I don't know, man. I think Fury, he probably feels like he should probably have a tune-up in between, you know? And that's not a duck if he feels that way. If he really is like, it's just that people are going to see it as a duck because he talks so much. He talks a lot. He's a big talker. So you would just like, yo, just get the fight going. You have a title. Joshua has the other titles, and you guys can get it going. This is an undisputed fight, and we can get it in. But I don't know. I don't know, man. That's all I have to really say about that fight. Let's see if it happens. They're gonna wait till they have people there to right. That's another thing too. But by the summer, it'll be a great time to do it because things will be it'll be opened up more during the summer. Just like last summer, things were shut down, and in the summer, things were opening up a little bit. But especially now with the vaccine, people are vaccinated, and I don't know if they're gonna have the fight in America. I don't know if they're gonna have it in the UK. I don't know how everything's going out in the UK. I don't know. But what I will say is that I think that's part of it, but I also feel like a lot of it is, I don't know if Team Fury or Tyson Fury is really gonna go into a fight with AJ coming off of a layoff, Just being fair, it's called spade to spade, and I'm a Joshua fan, you know what I'm saying? I like Fury too, but I'm a Joshua fan. Like I want Joshua to win. But if Fury say like, yo, I need to do a tune-up first, I respect that. I'm not gonna hate on that. Like, like you ain't fight in a minute. But people are gonna take it as a duck because Fury talks so much shit, Can I explain how the WBC threw in a title in a WBA fight and no one bats an eye and goes along with it? What fighters are you talking about? Are you talking about wait, I think are you talking about Canelo? Are you talking about Canelo? Oh yeah, you had to be talking about Canelo and Smith. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, Canelo should have been fighting Yildirim for that title. But Yildirim agreed to step aside. And the WBC did their finagle. I don't think people bat an eye. I think we fans bring it up and we say it, but it happens. Because people have said that. I know I said it. I mean, I hate the WBC. And I hate the WBA as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's no challenging what you just said. I have nothing to say to that. But what I will say is a lot of people feel that Canelo is ducking the Benavidez, who was the champion. And I say, well, Benavidez has no business missing weight like that and getting stripped. He's been stripped twice. Let's be real here. And this is how I feel. I feel this like about life. Like I feel like this is my stance on life. When stuff happens like that, and you say like, oh, they did me dirty. Dude, if you're the champion, you have to act like one. Don't make it easy for the opposition. So when you get stripped because drugs is in your system, even though it's just weed or coke or whatever it was, if you missing weight, that's your fault. Now Canelo is fighting for your title, without fighting you for the title. That's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, the WBC, they're messed up for doing that. Yeah, but Benavidez gave his belt away because he was being irresponsible. That's it. So when you're irresponsible, you can't cry like, oh, he didn't fight me when I had the title. Well, you gave the title away. Part of being a champion is staying in shape. I want to see the Benavidez fight. I wish we could have seen the Benavidez fight over the Callum Smith fight because I think Benavidez would have been a tougher opponent. But yo, Benavidez, yo, you got stripped twice already, bro. Like, come on. So it's like, I don't know what to say. They make it so easy. They make it so easy for these guys. Like, same thing with Andre back in the day. I brought Andre up. Andre got stripped the WBO title back in 154. Same thing happened to Rigo back then when he was on 122. He gets stripped because of inactivity. Okay, we know you want to fight Canelo. We know you want to fight certain fighters. But if you don't get the fight, at least defend your title. Don't allow them to take it. Don't make it easy. Because now Canelo went to fight Leo Smith for your title. Because you don't have it anymore. Now, people are going to say that you duck Andre, but Andre didn't have the title because he gave it away. You know? So, if you're just tuning in, guys, we are the last pre-fight. Well, it's not even a pre-fight at this point. It's a co-main event. McWilliams Arroyo is going to fight. I don't know the guy, but he's a replacement fighter for Martinez, who is not fighting tonight. All right. It is what it is. He backed out. All right. So look, that's my stance on that. You know, like, yo, we know how funny boxing is. We know how funny, you know, calculated certain fighters can be. We know how calculated the organizations are, the sanctioning bodies are. So don't make it easy for them. Okay. If you are a champion, act like one. We could say what we want about Gary Russell Jr., right? Dude disappears. He fights one time a year. He'll fight his mandatory. He doesn't fight any unification matches. But guess what? Gary makes sure that he will fight his mandatory before going a full year without fighting. He'll do it. He still has a title. He's held the title for a long time. He's held the title since he lost to Lomachenko. But bro, you got to be responsible. You got to make weight. All right. You get tested. Can't be on any drugs. Stop messing around. Stop getting in trouble don't stop getting in trouble with the law. Stay in shape. And that's it. You know, and if these boxers did that or stay active, if these boxers did that instead of breaking the rules and giving their belts away, maybe we wouldn't have so many ducks, because now fighters are forced to fight you, or they may be in a position to fight you and they'll duck you, like literally duck you. You know, like if you're in position to fight for a title and then you're like, oh no, I'm going to take this side fight, then we could say, all right, he was ducked. But when you get stripped and they fight for your title, the same guy that you claim is ducking you, no, bro, hold on to your title. Same thing with Benavidez and Plant. Everybody's saying, why is Plant and Benavidez not fighting? They're both PBC. They both in the same division. Well, Benavidez made it easy for Plant not to fight him because Plant don't have a reason to fight him. Plant not going to fight Benavidez with no title. Are you crazy? He didn't even want to fight him with a title. You think he'll fight him now without a title? Hell no. You think Canelo's going to fight Benavidez without a title? No. Benavidez is Mexican. He's not going to fight another Mexican. That's what he said. He's not going to fight Benavidez without a title. No, he's going to fight Plant. He's going to fight Saunders. They have titles. They have titles. You may not think that they're as dangerous, but they have titles. Benavidez got to wait in line now because he fucked up. Guys, even if there is a knockdown or a knockout in this fight, I don't think Canelo is due to walk out earlier than 10. I think I read that somewhere. So, if you're just turning in, I don't believe the Canelo fight is going to start any earlier than 10 o'clock. All right. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this guy that McWilliams is fighting. So, we just here for the ride. It's the first round. It just started. The fight just started. All right. So we get a run around knockout. I still think we're gonna wait a little bit. Arroyo against Rodriguez right now. Arroyo is fighting a replacement fighter. Thoughts on Gary against Ray Vargas this year? That's a pretty good fight. I actually haven't watched a Ray Vargas fight in a while. That's a pretty good fight, though. I like that fight. I love that. Frankly, of course. Thank you for the support, man. Shout out to everyone that's here. If you're here, hit that like button, man. Support the channel. Thank you for all the donations I got today so far. Appreciate you guys. I don't know why the boxing does that. I don't know. Boxing has their funny ways about, everything is very, very calculated. UFC and it's very organized. It's organized boxing. I mean, organized fighting. Rankings from the rankings, everything. It's an organization. We got to remember that the UFC is an organization itself. All right. So it's not based on. I actually believe that the PBC was trying to do the same thing, and that's why they were trying to create their own title. I think the PBC wanted to keep it strictly in house and become an organization instead of dealing with the other, the other promoters and sanctioning bodies. I think that's what they were trying to do. And that's when we heard the news reports of them coming out with their own title a few years back. I think that's what the route that they were trying to take. And it's organized that way. I mean, at least within an organization, everything is gonna be there's gonna be a true ranking system. I'm just watching this fight here, and Rodriguez got a really quick left hook. It's kind of wide with it, but I think Arroyo was coming forward trying to time and try to counter him with it. But yeah, I think boxing is just it's a sport, and UFC is a sport, but it's an organization. You know what I'm saying? You still got Bellator, you still got other mixed martial arts organizations. There's so many of them at this point. I think my problem with boxing, and I've said this before, is that it's become a hustle. It's all about timing and just making money, which is great because it is dangerous. And I do want these fighters to get paid. I want them all to get paid, but I also want quality fights. And I feel like it's just like something that a lot of fighters are just doing. They don't really love the sport like that. A lot of fighters are just doing it because they can. Some of them were failed athletes in other sports and they took boxing, and they tried it out and ended up being good at it. A lot of heavyweights are like that. Another thing too is that there are boxers and fighters that become, they've been fighting their whole life and they've been boxing. They were raised in the gym, but they get a taste of that money and they're just trying to secure they're not really fighting, trying to fight the best. They're trying to stay undefeated, and they're just trying to secure the bag and as much money without taking too many risks. You know, every boxer now, not every, but a lot of these boxers, they all have the hustler's mentality, you know, and I think personally for them, it's a good thing for them because we've seen how many boxers got screwed in this sport. But the fans, the fans are getting worse of it because we're not getting quality fights. We're getting knockouts. We're getting mixed matches, you know, all the time. And we're not really getting that many quality fights, you know. And the only divisions, the divisions that are least or less popular are putting together the best fights because I guess the promoters don't feel like they're losing much. You know what I'm saying? So they're willing to put like the little, you know, the little divisions or like the cruiserweight divisions. These guys always fight each other. The best fight the best in these divisions because in America they're not so popular. You know, this fight is kind of annoying me right now. Ugh. Like a Royal is just trying to like Royal's trying to make a fight and he's trying to bring the fight to Rodriguez. But Rodriguez is doing a lot of moving. And Royals just, you know, when he gets to him, Rodriguez just holds, you know. But I think he's gonna get to him and stop him at some point. He's just gotta have to work a little bit. We're in the second round. If you are just checking in, we're in the second round. This is the last fight before the Canelo fight. Second round is just, and then 10 seconds left in the second round here. Yeah, yeah, that's all. You know, I think it makes me it makes me think of like the Don Kings, the Bob Arums, the you know, what's his name? The Barry Hearns, you know, with him saying that, you know, the boxers, he was saying the boxers are like it's like a slave trade, like they were slave masters. You know, him saying that at that press conference that time for Dillian White, him making comments like that is basically he's just saying it as it was. So I'm glad that the fighters are making better decisions for themselves and securing their, you know, the Floyd Mayweather. I think you got to give a lot of credit to that, but you also got to say that Floyd got all these younger fighters trying to do exactly what he did without actually going through the trenches. Like Floyd actually had fights where people didn't think he would win and he was the underdog coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to really perform to get to where he went. And then when he got to the top, then he started making, you know, picking certain fights and stuff like that. But these younger guys, they're trying to be like Floyd straight out the gate. And I think it's hurting the sport because we're not getting quality fights like that. And the UFC kind of just blew past the sport. And I say UFC, not MMA in general, but the UFC. They're able to secure pay-per-views almost every weekend. It feels like, you know, every other weekend or every few weeks, they're giving us another pay-per-view, but they're just doing it and they're being consistent with it. But they're giving us better matchups. You know, if you are a champion, you have to fight the number one guy. You know, it is what it is. You know, you beat guys in a ranking, you moved up. There's no ducking. It's none of that. You can't really do that. You know, even if you have a layoff, you still have to come back and fight uh the best. You know, in boxing, People say stuff about the size. People say, oh, he didn't fight in this amount of time. People say he's coming off a loss. People say this, all these kind of excuses. Where in the UFC, all of that stuff is going on too, but no one makes those excuses. It's like, yo, you're in the division, you fighting, you gotta fight. That's it. You know? Charles Edward Cheese, thank you for the donation, my brother. Appreciate it. Always appreciate it, man. No, Kevin, the fight has not began. It should be starting soon. We're on the last pre-fight before the Canelo fight. So we should be getting soon. I'm saying about maybe a half hour, 20 minutes or so, I guess, after this fight, this current fight. But this fight is actually a 12 rounder, so um we'll see how it goes, man. Yes, Lion Bar, I agree with you. I said this back then. Barry Hearn said it. He was speaking the truth. He wasn't speaking as a slave. I think uh when the see so I try not to get too much into stuff because as much as I love the boxing community, it's very emotional community of fans. Very emotional. So I have these real conversations outside the channel. But I tell people when Barry Hearn said that, it stung a little bit, but it's unfortunate that we just like to incorporate anything, the word slavery. We just and I'm speaking as a black man, we kind of incorporate that with us and our history alone. Um, so when we heard that and we see black fighters sitting next to him at this press conference, we felt that it was a racist statement, but it wasn't because he was speaking. All of these fighters are slaves to these promoters. All of them are, you know. A lot of these guys get used. They sign bad contracts, and it has nothing to do with race. It's just guys sign bad contracts and get screwed. And as soon as they lose, they get forgotten about, and they just get thrown away. You know what I'm saying? This guy, I hate when these guys just show up and they just start trolling the chat room. But yeah, promoters are just slimy, man. They just use, yeah, like you said, EK. They are slimy. I think when he said that comment, he was right. Not right, but I mean, he was saying it as it is, and people just thought that it was a racist statement. I was like, no, it's not a racist statement. It's a truth statement, and it's messed up how the promoters view the boxers. They just view them as they're beneath them, and they're just using them to fight and make money for themselves. And I think Arroyo is going to stop Rodriguez pretty soon. He's starting to really get in and bully him now. We're almost halfway through with the fourth round. So stop asking me when does the fight start because we're waiting. You know, I'm doing commentary here. People are weird. Yeah, promoters are just like used car salesmen. Exactly. You know, I didn't make a video talking about Mark Breland and Deontay Wilder. Uh, I didn't. I think Mark Breland should have definitely made a statement at some point. Uh, when Wilder was coming out with these allegations, Arroyo knocked him down 55 seconds in the fourth round. Um, Arroyo had him against the corner, was just pounding him on him. Rodriguez just got back up. We got 45 seconds left in this fourth round. I think Arroyo's looking to stop him now. Arroyo has him hurt still. All right. Rodriguez is tied up right now. Ref's trying to break him up. Royals is pressuring him now. He's digging to the body hard. Rodriguez is still trying to fight back, but he's got a mouse under his left eye. Um, he's been taking a beating this last round. Royals going at him, digging to his body. Oh, he's throwing haymakers, big shots now. Looks like Rodriguez is gonna survive this round. All right, Rodriguez is gonna. Doesn't look like he's gonna. He may not. All right, round's done, but he doesn't look like he may not come out of his corner. He's going. He's pointing to his arm, to his cornerman. I don't know if he got some kind of injury with his arm, but let's see if he survives this round and see if he comes out of his corner. Let me see. Hold on. Let me hear what the interpreter is saying. I don't think there's much Rodriguez could do here. I think he's just being outclassed, you know. But anyway, I'll let you guys know. This is the thing with Mark Breland. There's some things that he said I didn't like. Right. My whole thing is I don't like when people start saying like, you know, how bad a fighter was after things fall apart. I heard Mark Breland said in an interview a long time ago that Wilder just does not listen to him. This is before the drama. So when he said that, all right. Then when he started trashing him as a fighter, listen, I get it. Guys trying to ruin your reputation by saying you spiked his water. I'm expecting you to insult him. But what I wanted from Mark Breland is I wanted him to go more into detail about those allegations. Not that I believe Wilder, because I think at some point Wilder started just saying too many things. It was just too much. Him and his street team on the internet was basically finding any excuse that they could on why Wilder lost that fight. It was too many of them. It was like it ended up being like 10 things at some point on why Wilder lost a fight. So when Breland spoke, I think he should have just said, listen, this is a deal with the whole water situation, yada, yada, yada. All right. And if he's making fake allegations, sue him. You know, that's it. I personally just think that I would have went that way. But once you start talking about a fighter and start saying that he's this, he does that, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. And I'm like, yeah, but you were there. You were still there knowing this. I said, I've heard Breland say in an interview years ago that Wilder doesn't listen to him. So as a trainer, they're stopping the fight. They're stopping the fight in the 5th round here. The doctor is up there stopping the fight. I don't know. Wait. I don't know if it was a towel thrown or I don't know if it was a corner. So yeah. My whole thing is I don't like when people trash people that they choose to stay with when they break up. I just don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not defending Wilder at all because I think Wilder's a sucker, but I'm just talking about that as a fighter. I like him as a fighter. Like I like watching his fights and everything. But personally, I don't think Wilder's the person that a lot of people were making him out to be. I just don't think he's that guy, you know. And it showed, you know. And me personally, I don't want to make videos about Wilder unless he's scheduled a fight. I don't care. I don't care about all this other stuff. Set up a fight and then we could talk about it. That's it. That's it. Like set up a fight. Let's see how much, you know, you're a king, you know all of this stuff. Set up a fight. Schedule a fight. Get back in the ring. You lost. Okay. You know what? Your real friends and your supporters are going to forgive you for the loss. Right? But schedule a fight. Let's see if you still in this mentally. You know, you still can get other fights. And you still, who knows? You might get a AJ. If AJ beats Fury, right? He might still get the Wilder fight, you know, or Wilder can get the Andy Ruiz fight. Like, so set it up. Like, let's. We've been talking about Fury fight for a whole year now. Like, dude, you're not gonna get the fight. You lost the title. It is what it is. You felt like you was cheated. Your followers felt like you was cheated. But schedule a fight. We want to see you fight. A lot of his fans or people that's claiming to be his fans are not really his fans. They fight in a different fight. Their fight is against is for something else. It has nothing to do with Deontay Wilder. They just using Wilder. That's why when that all that stuff was going down, you see all these you've seen all these channels that's never talked about boxing before come out of nowhere. You know, they're opportunists. You got a whole bunch of opportunists that came out of nowhere. Like, yo, I want to see Wilder fight. I don't want him to keep riding on this Tyson Fury thing for the rest of his career. There's still good fights that could be made. You got Ruiz, you got Joshua possibly. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could still get other fights. That's what the real fans should be saying. They shouldn't be just talking about, nah, we staying on Fury. What are you talking about? That fight was last year. You know? But like I said, I don't feel like Wilder's the person that everybody think he is. They trying to make him out to be this leader and stuff like that. And I'm sorry, leaders is not going to be out here twerking like that, bro. I'm sorry. I think one dude, I even seen somebody defend that. I'm just sorry. Like, I'm not. Yeah, he's not what y'all want to be. He's a good fighter, but y'all try to make him seem like he's some leader. And I'm like, yo, he's a fighter. That's what he is. Stop trying to make him out to be. He on Instagram looking crazy now. Like, y'all got him trying to be something he's not, man. And I see it. I see it. I see it. I remember when I heard his interview with 78 Sports, I was listening to it and I said, I felt bad for him because I think that fight really mentally damaged him, you know, and everybody was going on AJ and him losing to Ruiz. But look, he came back and won in the same year. Even when people were saying he was going to get knocked out again, people were saying he was going to get knocked out again. People were saying he shouldn't go right back into a Ruiz fight. And he did and won, you know? Yeah, the Martin fight was cool. Yeah, Southpaw, exactly. Too much talking, not enough fighting. And I think that's the problem with, like, I love YouTube, but I gotta take breaks from YouTube because YouTube it turns into a different thing, you know. Like, YouTube, we doing too much talking about stuff outside of the ring. You have boxing channels that's never done a breakdown video before. They just gossip talking. They don't break down fights. It's just gossip. Like, and that's a problem with boxing. Boxing is a lot of gossip. It's a lot of gossip. It's a lot of just politic talk, you know? Or there's a lot of channels that's just there dissing other channels. They don't even talk about the fights. They just talk about other channels, you know? And I feel like it's too much of that in boxing. They just talking too much. All these guys at 135, they know what's going on. They just using each other's name. Ryan Garcia and Manny Pacquiao, they weren't going to fight. But they build each other's, and I said this before. I said this on a live stream the last time I was on here. A lot of them are just using each other's name to build up fights that don't involve that fighter that they're talking about. You know, Devin Haney's not going to fight who we want him to see him fight. Ryan Garcia's not going to fight the guy. You know, Tank is not going to fight. Like, they all got someone lined up, but we're gonna chitty chat about this fighter because this fighter got a bigger name, and we're to use this as promotion for this fight that's totally unrelated. They're all doing the same. Can we all agree that they're all doing the same thing? Like, Have you guys noticed that? Like a lot of fighters, they'll have a fight, then they'll start talking about some fighter that they're in talks with. And then they'll go and fight the fighter that we thought they were going to fight in the first place, which is someone completely different. And that's why I said before, call outs don't mean anything no more. Like call outs used to be a thing. Call outs, going in the ring and calling out a fighter used to be a thing, but it's not a thing. Canelo fight is next. If you guys are just checking in, Canelo is next. It's coming up. So I figured you probably fight. It's probably starting in the next 10 minutes. They're just showing another trailer of Canelo. All right, but yeah, that's what it is, man. And I'm not falling for it. It's good talk. It's good, for YouTubers that's monetized and want a lot of views and stuff. That's cool, but I get tired of it, man. Keith Nelson, thank you for the donation, brother. Appreciate it. I ain't bored like the man cheese, but I always like to support if I can. God bless. Wave, keep doing your thing. And you think Fury's weight? What do you think of Fury's weight gain? Yeah, that's another reason why I don't think the fight is next. And I didn't want to jump the gun and say this, but Fury's giving me vibes of before when he won the title. All right, he's giving me those vibes. I hope he mentally stays strong. I know he's not all the way there. He could be a little bipolar at sometimes. When I saw him the weight gain, I was just like, yes, I hope he doesn't fall apart again, because mental health is a real thing. And I know a lot of people feel like he just talks and he does things because he likes to promote fights, and he may just be doing that. But I just hope for the sport and for him, he's good. Because like I said, in the recent month or so, I just don't feel like Fury. I just feel like the energy is changing from what it was last year. And I know when he beat Klitschko and he was on top of the world and he was facing off with Wilder here, after the Spilka fight, everything was real high for him. And that was a time where he lost it a little bit. And with all the drama, with all the Wilder drama and all the allegations that he's been going through and dealing with, you never know what a person is mentally going through, especially when they went through it before. So I'm just hoping that that's not the case again. I'm hoping he's good. I'm hoping we can get the fight. Even if he has a tune-up before the fight, I hope he stays back in shape. And I hope he's his best self when he does fight AJ, mentally and physically. So when I saw the weight gain, I said, I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm not sure where Fury is really at. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. I don't know how many pounds he's gonna be. I have no idea, but I hope he's not 280. Me personally, I think I always said this after he beat Wilder in that rematch because he was bigger at the weigh-in. I just hope that I don't know what the game plan is gonna be against Joshua, because Joshua is bigger than Wilder. Okay, and Joshua can box, but he can be a bully at the same time. Fury is the more natural boxer. Like, he has the reflexes and he's just more slick in there. He's a lot more slick than Joshua. So, like, I think Fury is a more natural, gifted fighter. But is he going to take the approach where he's going to try to be a bully like he was against Wilder? Or is he going to go back to the Fury we see in the Klitschko fight where he's going to be slick and he's just going to be, doing his thing and moving, you know what I'm saying? Fighting on the outside for the most part. Which Fury are you going to get? Are we going to get the slick Fury, or are we going to get the bully, walk you down type Fury? I'm a big guy. I'm going to try to walk you down. I don't know what Fury you're going to get if they're going to fight, I don't know which would be the better style. I don't know, because, Joshua do hit hard. Joshua don't have a bigger right hand than Wilder, maybe, possibly, maybe Wilder still might be the harder puncher, but Joshua got power in both hands. He has a lot more in his arsenal overall. He's more balanced, well-rounded fighter than Wilder is, you know. Like Wilder's power is probably at a 10, but Joshua's power is probably like at a 9. You know what I'm saying? And he has power on both hands, yo. So I always wonder like what approach Fury's gonna take, because we've seen so many different versions of him. And same with Joshua. I wonder what approach Joshua's gonna take, because we've seen a Joshua that could stay on the outside and counter and you know, just time the right big shot. We seen that against Pulev recently. We seen that against Charles Martin and we seen that against Brazil. But when he fought like a guy like Dillian White, he was coming at White, you know, he was bullying White. Like he wanted to bring the fight to White, and that's what he did. So I'm curious to see how that fight is going to play out. If it does happen, hopefully it does happen. You know, I really want to see it. I really want to see an undisputed champion. And with Usyk agreeing to take, you know, to sidestep, I just hope the fight actually happens. Yeah. So the thing about the Wilder White right hands, this is the thing, because I thought the same thing, because Wilder landed like 2 or 3 right hands early. But the thing is, Wilder, those punches were very quick. All right. I don't think he was fully sitting down on those punches. And not only that, but Fury was turning those punches too as he was getting hit. Like he wasn't hitting them that flush. I know it looked like them. They were scoring shots. They were clean. But if you look at it and watch it in slow-mo, Fury was turning with the punch. And that's why I don't think it really hurt Fury like that. You know? He was turning those shots. You know? So, yeah. When I analyze this fight, I see Fury dominate on the outside and even medium range, but Fury sloppy on the inside, and there is nobody as close as Joshua. Yeah, you know what? Fury skilled, very skilled. You know, the way he moves for a guy his size, incredible. But he gets caught. You know, it's not like he gets caught. You know, and he's been down, he's been hurt. And Joshua is capable of doing that. And Joshua is arguably better than anyone he's ever faced, including Klitschko at the time that he fought Klitschko. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I say. That's all I say about Wilder, you know? I'll probably make a video about him eventually, but that's all I'm going to say. Wilder just needs to get back in there. Get all of this drama, all this internet shit, get it out of your head. Get back in the ring, bro. That's it. Get this internet, Instagram, YouTube stuff out of your head and get back in the ring, because there's still work to be done. If you are mentally, if you are there and you still want to do great things and still want to fight, then do it. But if you lost your passion completely for fighting, and that happens when certain fighters lose, then just retire. You know? Retire. Either retire or get back in there, schedule a fight. Get a fight made, any fight. Get it done. Get it done. Because now at this point, you've been inactive and you're coming off of a knockout loss. Even if it's against whoever. It could be, you know, we saw in Charles Martin. But what if it's against, I don't know, maybe against Robert Helenius? You know? Whatever. Cool. Just fight. Just schedule something. You know, Andy Ruiz is going to fight Chris Arreola. Yo, it is what it is. Just get back in there. You know, and that, I don't know. That's 50-50 to me, because I don't know. Wilder, the way he sounds in these interviews, he lost something from that fight. He sounds like he lost something there. And him going like 6 months without saying anything at all, and when he had his fans just speaking for him and making these allegations for him, I think that was a bad sign, you know? It was just a bad sign. I just don't know if he really wants to do it no more anymore. I don't know. That's all. And yo, that's a real statement. That's not me talking as a lover or fan or a hater for him or whatever. That's just real talk. Yo, dude, you're a boxer. Schedule a fight or disappear, like, or retire. That's it. Nah, they're not walking out right now. They're just still going over Canelo. You know, it's 10-1 now. So we just waiting for them to come out at this point. They're showing Canelo knocking out Sergey Kovalev right now. All right, but we're just waiting. Nah, this is not promo for Jenga. No, I think a piece of him, like I think him losing that fight, I think I think he lost maybe a little bit of passion. Like I think it hurt him. Like I believe he believed a little bit too much in some of his hype. All right. Before that rematch, they were comparing him to Muhammad Ali and all of this stuff. Like I was hearing these videos where they were like, "Oh, his 10 title defenses." All right, he has defenses, but look at who he's facing. And I think people, you know, calling him the biggest puncher of all time. You hear it, and I think he believed a lot of his hype. And then when someone breaks you back down to reality, where Fury beat him, but Fury, people knew Fury was more skilled and all that, right? Wilder had the power, and he was taking guys out. He was taking guys like Luis Ortiz and all that. I think he started believing in his hype, and I think he just became, I think when he lost that fight, I think, for him to just disappear like the way he was, a guy that was always vocal, a guy that was always out there, wasn't speaking on anything. I heard that clip they came out with. They're about to walk out, y'all. Just take it easy. If you hear, just waiting. They're about to walk out. Canelo's in the back. He got his gloves on. He's getting ready because he's taking pictures. He's about to come out. But yeah, no, that's all. I heard this interview and he was like, after the fight, he was like, "Yo, I just was tired, man. I didn't feel, I didn't get hurt, but I just felt like I didn't feel like myself. The costume was heavy and all that. All the other stuff that came out later was the fans that created it. It became about the gloves. It became about the ref. It became about being spiked. It became about everything, every other thing, other than him losing a fight. You know, and I think that part of that is just being delusional. You know. All right, so what are you guys prediction for this fight tonight? I think I personally think that I think Canelo's gonna stop him in 4 rounds. I say four. I've heard like 1, 2 rounds, and he might, but I think Canelo's gonna stop him. I think he's gonna drag it out a little bit. I think we're gonna get 4 rounds, maybe even five. That's what I think. You know. Fifth round, I called it. Bet $100 on Yildirim and win $1,200. Cherry pick. Feel a good fight. I don't know, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. Like I said in the video I did, I think Yildirim is a worker. I think he fights at a high, work rate. We don't need to worry about conditioning, but he's gonna have issues trying to outbox Canelo from the outside, and he's gonna try to get in and force a fight on the inside. And I think that's where he's gonna get hurt, especially with Canelo going to the body. I don't know, man. I can't see what Abney, like, from what I've seen in his fight, and I know what he can do. I can't see him really doing that well against Canelo, man. Not a guy that versatile, I mean, Yildirim did have a good fight against Anthony Durrell, but I don't, I don't think that highly of Anthony Durrell. I think he's a good fighter. He's a former champion. He's a good fighter for sure. But I don't think he's, I think that when I think of like how he became champion a couple times, I wasn't really that impressed with how he did it. I think he became champion years back against, like, I think he had like 2 wars with Saki Obika, who is a tough fighter, but it was at a weaker time. You know what I'm saying? Fight didn't start yet. We're just waiting for Canelo to walk to the ring. All right. Nah, I think Canelo is gonna. This fight is strictly just to stay busy, man. And this guy used to be a sparring partner of his, and I think it's just gonna be a gentleman's knockout, man. I think he's gonna just, work a little bit. It's gonna be a. It's gonna be a. It's gonna be a professional sparring match. You know. Nah, Rod Salka's not better than this guy. You think it's gonna be a body shot? I personally think the body shot is gonna be there, but I think an uppercut is gonna be what is gonna put this guy away. I'm going for the uppercut. I think he's gonna open him up with a body shot, but I think the uppercut is gonna be what finishes Yildirim off. Uh, Wilder, Marte, I, I probably agreed with you for years of that's how the fight would go between those 3 heavyweights. The judges got have Darrell winning. How was the undercard of that card? Was there anybody good fighting on the undercard of the Darrell fight? Let me see. We're just waiting for them to walk to the ring, guys. As soon as they walk to the ring, I will let you know. I will definitely let you know what's going on, and I will start my commentary as the fight starts. But they are currently still in the back. Yildirim is currently warming up, and Canelo's just waiting to come out. So I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they were waiting for the Fox card, the Darrell card to end. I have no idea, but they are just waiting around for a few. I will let you guys know. Mm-hmm. Anthony Darrell. So Anthony Darrell card. I don't see any recognizable names on here. Who do you think has who do you guys think at 168 has the best chance of beating Canelo? Who do you think will be his toughest fight at 168 only? Not 160, just 168. Not 175, just 168. Who gives Canelo the toughest fight at 168? Who's the number one most dangerous fighter? We got one Benavidez. Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe, David. Nobody can win a decision against the cash cow. Billy Joe. I said earlier in the live that I think Billy Joe and David are both really extremely tough fights for Canelo. Not saying Canelo would lose. I just think those two would be his most toughest challenges. Those are legit fights. Fortunately, he's not fighting Benavidez anytime soon. But the four I named was Saunders, Benavidez, Charlo, and Andrade. Andrade's at 160 currently. Him and Charlo is still at 160. What do you guys think of the fight between Jamel Charlo and Brian Castano? You guys think Castano has a chance of winning that fight at all? You think he has a chance at all? I like the fight. I like the fight. I like Castano. I like his style. You know, he's pretty busy. You know, I like his pressure. I think Charlo beats him, but I think still a good fight. Nah, that dude's not an Uber driver, bro. He's definitely not an Uber driver. If you've seen his fight with Derenchenko, if you've seen his fight with Lara, you know, to Sarah, he's not an Uber driver. Yeah, it sucks that Julio Cesar Martinez didn't fight. Yeah, I think Castaño was gonna give Charlo some trouble on the inside. One thing about Charlo is he's not gonna have any trouble like finding Castaño because Castaño is gonna come to him. He's gonna come right at him. You know, he just got to set up the right shot. Yeah, we're just waiting, man. I don't know what they're taking so long. Why they're taking so long to start the fight? We're just waiting for them to start. We're just waiting at this point. Fight should start any minute. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, I'm gonna do a commentary punch by punch. Should start any minute. In fact, Let me go to the restroom. Let me get it out of the way. I'll be right back. We are back. Still waiting for these guys to come out. Megamind, thank you. They're waiting for Billy Joe Saunders to be there. I don't want to see a third Triple G fight, and that's not um the I think Triple G. I think the more times they fight, Canelo's only going to do better. And I think if they had a third fight, I think the third fight would be dominant for Canelo. The first two fights were close. Well, the second fight was really close. The first fight, I thought Triple G won. The second fight was close. With the third fight, if they fight again, I think this Canelo, with the experience he has of fighting him twice already, and Triple G only getting older, I just don't see him having much of a shot against Canelo in a third fight, man. You know? Yeah, man. I want to see Charles Martin first versus Wilder. That would be good. That would be good. But I'm also, I really want to still see, or I mean, if I don't know if that is the fight that is going to happen, but I will also like to see, if that fight doesn't happen, I'm cool with Charles Martin fighting Luis Ortiz too. Ortiz got to fight somebody, man, like someone good. I want to see him fight against one person that's good before he retires. I just want to see it. Like Ortiz, I still just wish he had somebody else on his resume outside of Wilder, like a real good win. That would be a good fight. I don't know what they're waiting for, man. I hate when they do this, man. Ruiz should be good though. I think him being with Eddie Reynoso as his trainer now, I think he should be better. Like, I think he should be going into his next fight really looking against Ariola. I think he should be really, really good. Hopefully, he stays in shape. I seen him. I seen an interview where they was doing with Ryan recently, and you saw or Ruiz in the background. He seems like he cut some weight. He doesn't. Well, he definitely doesn't look nearly as heavy as he did in the rematch against Joshua. I don't know. I don't trust the photos no more though, because those photos be fun Photoshop sometimes. But um, he should be good on his comeback, man. And I want to see him fight Wilder. You know, I want to see him fight Wilder. That's why I hope Wilder comes back and do a tune up, and then they both can have their, because that's a pay per view worthy fight. Like that's a legit pay per view. Wilder against Ruiz is a legit pay per view. That's a good ass fight. I want to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? Who's my favorite boxer right now? Active boxer? I would say Terrence Crawford. We're just waiting for them to come out, guys. Oh, all right, I think they're about to come out because they're showing the tail of the tape now. So hopefully they're coming out. Should be walking out soon. They got the same reach. In fact, Canelo's half reach is longer. Well, half an inch longer, but Ortiz is old, but I still want to see him fight somebody good. Yeah, I don't know why Martin versus Ortiz. I know Ortiz was looking for a fight. I know Martin, not Martin. Yeah, I don't know if I think Martin Ortiz is maybe it's not happening because maybe Wilder might be coming back to fight Martin. I don't know. We just gotta wait and see. But Wilder's not gonna fight. Wilder's not gonna fight Ruiz on his first fight back. You know, I think they got to build it a little bit. All right, Michael Buffer is out. They're about to come out, guys. So I'll let you guys know when they're in the ring. But they're about to come out. I'll give you just give me 1 second. You guys are like, yo, they out. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys as soon as they walk out, man. Damn, Michael Buffer is still around, man. Nah, Parker is too dangerous for a first fight. I know he didn't look great this morning in that fight against Fob, but that's not gonna be like a first fight like back, you know? Yeah, people don't pay attention, man. You know, people want to see the fight, and we hear the fight. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't know why there's always an issue with Canelo fights starting on time. I mean, to be honest, it's 10:22. Um, Abney Yildirim is they're doing the Turkish national anthem right now. I the thing is, it's really not that late, you know. We get fights that start at 1. Like, what time did Kovalev and Canelo start? I think that fight started like at 1 in the morning. Like, that was crazy. We have someone doing the Mexican national anthem now. It's 8:23. Why do you hate William? Why do you hate Bruce Buffer? Oh, Bruce Buffer. Oh, okay, yeah, Bruce, not Michael. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't have nothing against Bruce. I don't really care for his call, his announcing thing that he does, but I kind of got used to it. 7:24 in Cali. Yeah, they're doing the national anthem. Everyone, they will be walking out momentarily. Kings, where you from, man? Michael Buffer and Jimmy Lennon Jr. needs to live forever. I don't know. How old is Michael Buffer? Good question. Buffer is 76. Well, Michael Buffer is from Philly. All right, they're doing another national anthem, I think. Oh, they're doing an American one now. $76. Nello didn't look shredded at the weight. Guess he's not struggling to make weight. Oh, absolutely not. Canelo probably still makes 61. He's probably makes 60 easily still. Vitalaj, what's up, man? What's going on, brother? Connor against Jake Paul. Who do I got in a boxing match? In a boxing match, I really don't know. I really don't know, man. I really don't know because I don't know with Connor, man. Connor just, I don't know. His condition is really poor. And I feel like if he doesn't get the knockout quick, Jake Paul is actually a decent boxer, man. I mean, for a guy that I know everybody just looks at him as a YouTuber, but he can actually box, man. He's not bad. So when he fights someone that's like not a real like deal professional boxer, I can see him beating a lot of people. Please don't bring up disrespect boxing and bring up fake Paul. Yeah, Connor would never fight that dude. It's just like that's mad risky. Like if Connor loses a lot, but if he lost to Jake Paul, it's over, man. Like, nah. That fight would never happen. All right. National anthems are done. Oh, there's a lot of people in that stadium, actually. I'm surprised they have that many people there. I'm not going to another boxing match until everything is normalized, man. But I will not mix Fury against Joshua. I just feel like nervous because wherever they have the fight at is going to be very expensive. Yildirim is walking out now. Yildirim is walking out. I'm just scared for like booking a flight and room and everything for that fight because it's going to be so expensive. And if they like reschedule it or something crazy happens, I'm going to be pissed off. Florida don't care about COVID. Yeah, it seems like it. From what I see online, I see the same with Atlanta and like Georgia and stuff. It seems like everybody's just been partying all year, being in tight spaces. No, I'm not showing the fight. No fight footage. Just doing commentary. All right, so Abney Yildirim is in the ring officially. He's in the ring. Yeah, I say 4 rounds, man. And plus, he hasn't been active neither, man. This dude hasn't fought in 2 years. I think Canelo's just gonna, take his time and just pick him out. I think it's gonna be a sparring match, man. It's just a stay busy fight, man. That's all. Wish I had a bacon cheeseburger to eat while watching this. All right, Canelo's coming out now. They showing this video, like this music video of Canelo driving like a Bugatti. They doing like, you know how they do. They gotta do a whole show. Canelo's coming out with a free Chapo shirt. Yeah, Eubank did knock out Yildirim like 3-4 years ago. Yeah, I didn't like the video that they showed. I thought it was kind of cheesy, but Canelo did mention Benavidez. He said he's not going to be fighting other Mexicans. That's what he said. So no Benavidez fight. I talked about that earlier. I said Benavidez screwed himself by losing the title. You know, Canelo got his title now without having to fight him. I don't know the artist. Canelo got someone performing. I don't know who the artist is. Anybody know who this is? J Balvin. Okay, sorry, man. Calm down. Keith Nelson. That's a funny comment. You want to see Canelo against Billy Joe or Callum Plant? Well, Billy Joe is next, and then Callum Plant is probably after. But I heard Canelo is going to be fighting 4 times this year. So if he's fighting 4 times a year, I mean, if he does beat Billy Joe, um, he's probably going to have another stay busy fight in between that and then fight Callum Plant, or I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe, to fight Callum Plant, he probably gonna have to do like a 2-fight deal with the PBC. Who knows? Maybe he'll have a tune-up fight, and then he'll have like the fight with Caleb Plant. Nello got rappers walking him to the ring. This guy is doing a whole song, like he's doing a whole concert, y'all. It's not just like Canelo's not walking out with him, like he's just actually performing like his whole song. Yo, the guy fell on a bike. I don't think he meant to do that. All right, come on, let's get this fight going, man. Yildirim just standing in the ring like an idiot. Oh, this is like Drago waiting for Apollo Creed. Yo, he's doing another song? Oh, come on, man. Oh no, he's coming out. Canelo's coming out now. Canelo's coming out now. Yeah, this actually looks pretty expensive. Oh, so that guy's walking to the ring with him now. Let me see. Let me hold on. Let me hear the music. I don't want. I don't want to get. I don't want to get flagged from YouTube. Yo, Canelo look crazy having a rapper come to the ring with him though. I think I've heard this song actually. Yeah, I hear this song every time I go out. Like when I'm hanging out in the Heights, when I go to the Spanish spots. This song is actually really popular. I just didn't know the artist. Yeah, this is like hanging out on Dykeman. If you from New York, you know what I'm talking about. Where you guys from? They really putting on a big show, guys. They got fireworks in the arena, outside the arena. This is like crazy. Where you guys from, man? Queens in the building. Philippines, Portland. No, they're not fighting, but Canelo is in the ring now. He's in the ring. So they both in the ring. We about to get this fight going. Queens get the money. Northern Ireland, Philly, Cali, Michigan, Paris, Maryland, but living in Houston. I hope you're doing okay down there, high tech in Houston. Hope you and your family is doing all right. This dude's sweating way too much. North Carolina, but from New York, DC, New Mexico, Cali, Jersey, England. He's in the Apollo Creed bag. Tennessee, Chicago, Slovenia, New England. Oh man, that Broner fight was bad. Oh man, that fight was so bad. Barstow, California, Greece, Texas, Chi-Town, Serbia, Area 51. Okay. When the pre-fight show was better than the actual fight. That's probably going to be the case tonight. Big Matthews, appreciate it, man. Everybody hit that like button, man. Listen up, hit that like button. Let's get to 200 likes. Let's get to 200 likes. Fight's about to begin. Commentary's about to start. LA, Barstow, Dallas, North Korea. Broner didn't win that fight high key. Yeah, but I heard the numbers were bad too. Like the views was only like 200 something thousand. That's pretty low, man. It's not a good look for Broner. I mean, a way better fight was on ESPN anyway, so Broner done, man. Floyd tried to give him the keys to the kingdom. This man lost it. You know what it is? I think Broner's mad talented, but yo, with the way he fights, the volume being so low, he's never gonna look good. Like I think he has skills, but he don't let his hands go, man. He never did. Not enough. Dude could fight, but he just be giving too many rounds away, man. Montana. All right, they're announcing Yildirim now. Yo, imagine Canelo lost. Imagine Canelo lost tonight, some way, somehow, some way he loses. What what is the biggest? I think that would be if Canelo lost tonight, that would be a bigger upset than Joshua losing to Ruiz to me. Like that was an upset, but Canelo losing to Yildirim would be a bigger upset to me because Andy Ruiz was much better than a Yildirim is. Mount Rocky, LA. Yeah, this would be like the worst. Um, nah, I wouldn't say worse than Buster Douglas beating Tyson. Nah, it would be bad, but I think that's still like, nah, I don't know about that. Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson was that must have been crazy. Like people must have been losing their mind, man. But this would be up there, yo. This is Abney Yildirim knocking out Canelo would be like, yo, I don't even know. Speak your mind. What's up, brother? Salute, salute. Make sure y'all follow my man. Speak your mind. Sports talk. Yeah, nah. I think this would be a crazy upset, yo. Canelo shaved the beard. He looking like old school Canelo. All right, they touching gloves now, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know why I'm more hype. I already know. Like I say 4 rounds. I say 4 rounds. Five the most. I say five. Five. I'll go no more than five though. That's it. 4 or 5 rounds. Canelo gonna stop him. And then Canelo gonna take it easy with him. Like he's gonna just play a little bit and then he's gonna take him out. Let's go. Round one, y'all. All right, round one. All right. They in the center of the ring, y'all. Yildirim try to touch gloves. Yildirim try to touch gloves, and Canelo didn't touch gloves. Canelo stepped in for an uppercut. Blocked. Jab landed by Canelo. Yildirim with the jab to the body. Canelo hook up top, blocked by Yildirim. Canelo shoots a right to the body. Oh, nice hook to the body. Ref warns Canelo of hook to the body too low. Yeah, I expected Yildirim to come out fast, maybe try to bully Canelo a little bit, but he's taking it easy right now. Canelo shoots a right to the body. But he's taking it easy. They're both showing respect to each other for now. Canelo stepped in and shoots another left to the body, a right hand to the body. Yildirim is not really doing anything yet. Canelo looks relaxed, just taking his time. Yildirim shoots, throws a left to the body, but misses. Canelo another hook to the body. Oh, big right hand to the body. That was the biggest punch so far landed. You heard it. Canelo piecing him up a little bit, but he's just taking it easy. Yildirim shoots a jab, couple jab, miss. Shoots a jab to the body, lands that one. Got 40 seconds left in the first round. All right. 30 seconds left in the first round. Nothing much from Yildirim yet, man. He looks a little nervous, to be honest, man. Canelo lands a jab. Right hook, another right to the body by Canelo. Big shot. That's the second big right hand he landed to the body. This round is coming to a close. Not much action from Yildirim. Canelo opened up a bit. Nod to Yildirim. Yildirim looks a little, I don't know. It's the first round, though. We'll see. It's just the round one, and maybe Yildirim will pick it up this next round. But Canelo landed some good body shots that round. Good body shots. All right. So we if you're just joining us, we just finishing up the first round. Definitely a clear Canelo round. Yildirim didn't really didn't get much from him that round at all. Canelo landing a few good lefts to the body, left hooks, couple big right hands to the body. All body shots from Canelo, though, from the outside too, from the outside. All right, so round two, y'all. We in round two. See, I mean, and this is the thing with Yildirim. He's not nice. Canelo snuck a good uppercut, and I told you guys that's gonna be the shot. Canelo landed a good uppercut. He landed another one with his lead hand. Yildirim kind of got hurt by it a little bit. Yildirim threw a couple jabs. He still looks very unsure of himself, doesn't look confident. Canelo's starting to open up a little bit more now. He just landed a hook. He stepped in, threw an uppercut. Didn't land that time. Yildirim lands a punch to the body. We are a minute into the second round. If you're just joining us, Abney's been missing shots. It's just he just doesn't belong in there. It's just levels. Even yeah, I know he's mandatory and everything, but Canelo landed a right hand punch right through the guard. Oh, another up. He stepped up. What did I say? Another uppercut. I told you guys before the fight that's gonna be the shot. Not he's gonna hit him with the body shots. He just landed another body shot, but it's gonna be the uppercut that puts Abney away. Abney's starting to pick it up a little bit. He's stepping in. He's throwing jabs. He's landing a couple of jabs. Oh, he's in the pocket now. Canelo with another hook to the body. Another uppercut. Right hand. Abney got to respond with something. Oh, another uppercut landed. Another right to the body landed. Left hook to the body by Canelo. Abney got to respond with something, man. He's still hanging in there. We got 40 seconds left in the second round. Abney landed a nice little hook to the body. Canelo's just piecing him up. I think that hurt him. I think he hurt him a little bit. Canelo's taking it easy, by the way, guys. I know I'm giving comments. If you're not watching a fight, Canelo is still taking it easy. He's landing shots, but Abney is standing right in front of him, and they've been in the center of the ring the entire time. This second round is coming to a close now, but he's getting off, but he's taking it easy. You know, he's not fighting as if he's trying to get him out of there right away. You know, he's taking it easy. it's just a huge mismatch, and that's all we get. I mean, that's what we all expected. Abney is I mean, I don't know what he can do because he doesn't really have a style. He doesn't really have anything that he's really great at that he can gain some sort of respect from Canelo. He doesn't. What tool does he have? And the thing is, I said that he's a worker. He's usually pretty high volume. But if he's not throwing any punches, there's nothing there. He's not a counter puncher. He doesn't have hand speed. He doesn't move. What is he bringing? He doesn't really bring anything. All right. Round 3, y'all. Round 3. Just beginning. So they're back in the center of the ring. Still waiting for see if Abney is going to start picking up the pace a little bit. Canelo's just having his way with him. And it just looks like a sparring match, pretty much. Canelo throws a big right hand, but it's blocked by Abney. Canelo lands a jab through the guard, throws a combo to the body. Steps in another right hand. Abney's starting to inch closer. He's trying to get in on the inside. I think, he's pretty much forced to do it because Canelo is he's landing from the outside easily. And he's trying to come in. Oh, Canelo drops him hard with a right hand. He got back up. He drops him hard, but he's hurt. He's hurt. He's laughing it off, but he's dizzy. You can see. Yeah, he's trying to laugh it off, but he's hurt. He landed a right hand right there. Now Canelo's teeing off on him. He's going upstairs. He's going to the body. He has Abney against the ropes. He's not fighting back. Think the ref is going to step in and stop it. We're in the 3rd round. Abney, he landed a hook in between the punches. Canelo's back at him. Another right hand pushes Abney back. Abney's close to the ropes again. Now they are down there in the phone booth. Abney's not throwing anything back right now, y'all. He threw one hook and landed in between the shots, but he's hurt. I think he's still hurt. Canelo did land a few shots again after he got up, but Canelo's just stalking him right now. He's letting him live right now. We got a minute left in the 3rd round. A minute left, and Abney Yildirim has been down once this round. Whoa, wild shot, wild right hand by Canelo. Lost his balance a little bit. Canelo steps in, uppercut. Abney just standing in front of him. They're back in the center of the ring. Yildirim is not throwing anything back at the moment. Nice combination up top by Canelo. 30 seconds left in the 3rd round. Another combination lands for Canelo up top. Yildirim lands a hook to the body. Canelo returns with a hook to Yildirim's body. Canelo lands a right hand up top. Uppercut. Right through the guard. Canelo's just having his way. Looks like Yildirim is going to survive the round. Yeah, he doesn't need. All right, 3rd round done. All right, easy fight for Canelo so far. All Canelo, as we expected. We're going to the 4th round. I think Canelo's going to get it done this round. I think this is going to be it. I think the 4th round is going to be it, man. Yildirim doesn't have anything. And he doesn't look confident. I think you take a fight like this. I mean, I'm not the one in there, but yeah, I'm not the one in there. But you take a fight like this where you're a super underdog and you can't just freeze, man. And I think that's what's going on. Let's see if all right. So we going into the 4th round now. 4th round is beginning. Wait. He doesn't want to come out. He doesn't come out of the corner. It's over. Wow. He doesn't come out, guys. It's over. Yeah, he doesn't come out of the corner. Wow. Wow. 3 rounds, y'all. I said 4. He doesn't come out, man. He's still on the stoop, guys. He's still on the stoop. Canelo went over there, showing them respect, but that sucks, man. But whatever. This is garbage. Very weak, very weak opponent. Very disappointed. Oh well, that's it, man. Thank you, William. Thank you for everybody that was here. We had fun. Talking boxing as we usually do. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome, welcome. But Yildirim it was a mismatch, and uh, just a mandatory that had no business being a mandatory. Yeah, no, thank you for everyone that joined. Black Pearl, Billy Joe Saunders should be a good fight. Thank you, everyone. I think, yeah, what can you do, man? The guy quit. What do you do? What can you do? I feel bad for the fans that pay to go. I mean, I guess I don't know. I just wouldn't pay for this fight. Oh, too easy for Canelo. Too easy. This guy didn't do anything, man. Elian, take care, yo. Take care of everyone. I'm just gonna hang out. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna see what he says in the post fight, and then we're gonna go from there. Yeah, fight is over, man. Fight is done. Thank you. I see you. All right. I think they're booing. Or they're not booing Canelo. Thank you, man. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I wish we had a better fight, but I mean, it's Abney Yildirim, it's like you can't get too much. Canelo won. Abney Yildirim did not come out of his corner after the third round. Canelo dropped him in the third, and that was it. He didn't come out of the corner, man. He stayed on the stoop. He just that's it. No, it wasn't a KO. He didn't come out of his corner. I mean, my whole my view on it is, I don't think Yildirim should have even been a mandatory, and as I always have issues with these mandatories. Some of them are good, some of them are legit. Like I think George Kambosos is not a bad mandatory. I think he's a good mandatory. But Abney Yildirim had a very controversial. He's coming off a 2-year layoff and a very controversial loss. Technical loss to Anthony Durrell, and in a fight that people think he won. I just don't get it, I don't really get why he's a mandatory, but it is what it is. That's part of the game. That's part of the game. Canelo won in the 3rd round, if you're just joining us. So they're talking to him now. Let me just start listening up real quick. Hold on. He's happy to be here in Miami. Needed a knockout. Abney said he had a new trainer. He was going to bring something in. They're asking Canelo about what he thought about Abney. You have bounced between weight classes over the last few years, 154 up to 175. Why is 168 right now a good weight class? EC, thank you. How did he pick the mandatory? It seems like a lot of them aren't ready for the champ. Yeah, well, that's the sanctioning body. How do they pick them? They're very inconsistent with how they do it. I think some of the fighters really work their way up, and some of them kind of magically get there. So it is what it is. Especially with the WBC, they've always been weird with their mandatories. They asked him if he's peaking. I'm waiting for the translator, guys. Canelo said, "I fight anyone. I always fight the best. I'll fight the best at 168." He said he had to fight Yildirim in order to unify 168. Eddie Hearn. So they're asking him, who's next? What's next? It's crazy seeing Canelo with Eddie Hearn and not Oscar. Okay. Okay. So Eddie confirms Billy Joe Saunders next for May. Then you announce shortly. So yeah, Eddie says he's continuing to move to undisputed, and now they're showing. So now on the big screen, they're showing Saunders versus Canelo trailer. So yeah, Saunders Canelo May 8th. WBC, WBA, and WBO World Championships. Yeah, he said, "Is Billy Joe Saunders the right fighter for you right now?" We can't hear the guy. So the translator has two masks on, so I can't even hear this guy. Ugh. Uh, yeah. Yeah, they was asking him about Billy Joel, what he thought personally about him. He's like, I'm not a talker, yada yada yada. All right. Why is it important you become undisputed at 168? He says because it hasn't been done. In Latin America.
There's history you can make in the ring, and there's history you can make in Mexico. You believe you said you want to be known as the greatest Mexican boxer ever. That's a long list of great fighters, including the great Julio Cesar Chavez. Do you believe you can become that?
Asking him if he could be the best Mexican fighter of all time, even greater than Julio Cesar Chavez. He said he wants to make his own history. I'm not trying to be like anyone or equal to anyone. Yeah, he's just saying he want to make his own story, his own history. All right, that's it. All right, that's it. Disappointing night. You know, Yildirim knocked out Canelo in the third round. Can't believe Canelo lost like that. Can't believe he let Yildirim beat him. What's up, John Paul? All right, guys, man. That is it, man. And I'm gonna check out. Thank you for everyone that joined the live commentary. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Not a great fight, but we still had a fun for the time we were here. All right. I'm getting out of here. I'm checking out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for all the people that subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, hit like if you love the commentary and hit that like button before you get out of here. And I'll see you guys on the next one, man. I'll be back in the morning to chat with you guys. Oh yeah. I definitely will make a prediction for that fight. Oh, definitely. No, like a full breakdown. A full breakdown for Saunders and Canelo. All right. So peace. Yeah, sorry, man. I gotta go, man. I'm hungry and I need to relax. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back in the morning. Peace.